Welcome back to the Nerdrotic channel. My name is Gary Beekler. I am live in San Francisco, California, and I come to you from nerdrotic.com and down in San Diego is my good friend and co-host Dennis Bethalkis. How are you, Dennis?
Not bad. How's everyone else doing here? Actually, I was going to say we have in an undisclosed location, Susan Light. How you doing, Susan?
Hey. Hi, guys. How are you?
Doing all right.
Great. It's Friday Night Tights, everybody. The open podcast. We will be talking about some of the shows we cover, but we'll also be talking whatever you guys want to talk about. We will lay some topics on the table, and we will be joined by Doomcock. Right when I was going to say it, he does this every time. He shows up. What's up?
Hello, how's it going?
Hey.
Oh, it's so good. We just started.
Well, timing.
Timing is good.
Timing is everything.
Yes.
Timing is good. Hello, everybody in the chat. We are joined by Doomcock. This is yes, this is awesome. I'm actually going to try to send you a link, Doomcock, so you can like look at the chat because they always give you so much love. If you can, if not, it's cool. But
That's well. I'd love to see.
Yeah. Let me send that link live on the air. Dennis, say hi to everybody for a second.
Hi, everybody. For a second. No, I'm kidding. You know I was going to go there. Come on.
Of course.
I just want to say hi to Crazy Carlos, Viking Bitch, of course, Mark Maginot, Stun the Wombat, Feisty Fan, what's going on? Artemis Over Easy, and Ed Brewer, yes. And there's a lot of people in here tonight. Luke Lucas, Dakota Stanton, Mary Ashford, Bad Bunny. Yes, we've got him in there as well. And of course, Susan. Susan's in there with us as well because she's here as well, too.
She is. And I'm sending a little love note to Doomcock here. And that is the link to the actual video. You got to turn the volume down on that or you get some nasty feedback, which is terrible.
And we also have Random Game User 42, who is here for you, Doomcock.
Hello, Random. How are you?
Oh my God, that's so random.
And Morks is here too.
Morks. I guess we should, since we have Doomcock here, I want to cut to we are going to talk about Legion and Westworld because I really want to hear what Doomcock thinks about Legion. But we have an article that comes up, and this is like really low-hanging fruit here, by the way. So Star Trek Discovery, I haven't read the whole article yet. I thought we'd kind of all do it together. It'd be kind of fun, right? Star Trek Discovery showrunners exit, but it's not for creative reasons.
For operational reasons.
For operational reasons. I have never heard that one before. Have you?
Well, it can't be for creative reasons. They have no creativity. So, I mean,
that's true.
That'd be ridiculous.
Has anybody had a chance to look at this yet?
Yeah,
Yes.
I read through it. Yeah. I actually read it to you the other night when I posted it up there because I just started laughing. It was too damn funny. The operational reasons. So Kurtzman has taken over in their stead. They left as they're filming episode 5 right now. They're in the middle of filming episode number 5. And so Kurtzman's taken over as showrunner. And thank you, Feisty Fan. $4.99. Doomcock, my fearless leader. Hi, Susan.
Hello.
Our Lord and Savior is here.
Thank you, Feisty Fan.
So we're looking at this article real quick. Yeah, and Dennis summed it up pretty good. We've made some producer changes here at Star Trek Discovery. God, how many are there? Producers, CBS TV Studios said in the statement to Deadline, the series continues under the creative vision and leadership of executive producer and co-creator Alex Kurtzman. Discovery remains on course for season 2. Damn. In 2019 and with new and continuing stories that build on its successful premiere season. I can't read anymore. It makes me sick.
It's Hollywood bullshit.
This show, okay, I mean, just from the beginning, all right, they never got past just the title. I mean, I hate to go back to that, but they had to know STD was going to get attached to this. Right? And
Yep.
Considering that all Star Treks are truncated, you got Star Trek the original series STTOS, Star Trek The Next Generation STNG, So I mean, yeah, they should have known better at this point.
Yeah, it dumbfounds me. And so losing these, I'm air quoting, I'm sorry, creators from this show could probably actually be good. I don't know. Kurtzman is part of J.J. Abrams, creative team. I'm using the word
Kurtzman.
Yeah, and he was part of so Midnight Edge did 2 brilliant videos, and that's how I heard of Doomcock. By the way, was Midnight Edge. They gave him a shout out.
God bless them.
Yeah, there. Oh, and by the way, I heard your roundtable on Solo. So good.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. And okay, so they broke down the creative rights, and forgive me if I've repeated this, but it's split between CBS and Viacom. So Viacom has all the movies in the original series, or no, CBS has the original series, and Viacom has the Kelvin universe, but Viacom can distribute like the movies or something. It's really confusing, and that's why the uniforms have to be a little different. There's like little Star Trek insignias inside of Star Trek insignias is stupid as fuck. I know. So until they're trying to sell it back. I don't know if anybody noticed that they called it season 1 chapter 1 and season 2 chapter 2, because I think they're only going to get one more season of the show. Let's not be crazy.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right, because it's disgusting. I mean, there's no coming back. There's no coming back. What are they kidding? They're trying to spin this, I don't know, abuse of staff and harassment or whatever the fuck it is, as some kind of positive. That's really what they're doing. That's they're trying to say, hey, kids, it's going to be different from now on. And the kid says, but isn't Alex Kurtzman the guy that did Star Trek into Discovery, into Darkness? Yes, that's right. Well, but that was shit. Yes. Well,
shut your mouth.
Shut up, Timmy, you sexist, racist piece of shit.
Yep.
Here, Timmy, why don't you have a Tide Pod instead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Broken glass. Go play in the street, Timmy.
That's right.
Tie this pork chop around your neck and go play with the pit bull over there in the corner.
Why don't you go down the well and we won't listen to Lassie this time?
Well, I mean, that whole buzz phrase of operational issues, I can just hear some executives going, man, we really hated these 2 assholes. What can we spin this as? Oh, it was operational issues. And just the mere fact that this whole project had a very bad history from the get-go, with people exiting. Brian Fuller, hey, I haven't met a series I can stay with. Him, right. And then, he's gone. And then they had all these problems, and now they're having them again right in the middle of the second season. Plus, it doesn't help them that they're on a paying site like CBS. You've got to pay for it. So, I don't really see people falling in love with this show, because everything I've read, and I pal around with hardcore Trek people, they didn't like this series when they heard of it in its inception. They're like, we don't need this. Why is this happening? And they're still not on board with it. So Doomcock, to your point from your Canon video, which was very well done, not everybody's on board with this show.
I just want to say,
thank God.
I want to say thank you to Mary Ashford for the $2. She says, thank you so much for your brilliant reviews. And $1.99 from Feisty Fan. She says, for Doomcock.
Uh-oh.
We'll have to pass that along.
You're going to pass that along?
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
All
we'll figure out a way. Yeah, that's for you.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I got to say, the showrunners that got replaced were with Fuller. I mean, they were from that era, right?
Yes, they were the holdovers. Yes, you're right. They were the holdovers.
And he left, excuse me if I'm wrong, but he left because he saw that it was a pile of shit and he was fighting to make it not that, right?
Yeah.
You know what? Your ideas,
so this is not going to help.
They're basically going, you know what? Your ideas are actually too much like the original Star Trek. And they're a little too smart. Do you think you can dumb it down a lot? And I don't know, kind of do something a little more generic
Yeah.
Because that's what we want. We want something a little more generic and add some cannibalism to it too. And also make it make no sense whatsoever.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
Gene
like
Roddenberry is rolling over in his grave. He would never have done anything with cannibalism.
Yeah,
Never.
you can. If you listen closely, you can hear Gene Roddenberry doing 5,500 RPM.
yeah, he could power the city of Cincinnati all by himself in the graveyard. Just hook a dynamo to his ass.
Yeah.
The Holy Go, where no Star Trek creator has gone before, as a power source for Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Fuck spores. Gene Roddenberry spinning could power the Enterprise. I got this picture in my head of a dead Gene Roddenberry spinning at like Mach 7 in his grave right now. It's bad.
I want to say thank you to Dakota Stanton, $5. He goes, "What's an operational exhaustion? World War I speak for PTSD. Just a thought."
God, it's such a pile of shit. There's nothing I hate more in pop culture than Star Trek Discovery. Nothing.
Agreed. I've tried to tell some people. I mean, we're not supposed to. I mean, listen, we're breaking the rule for tonight. But The Last Jedi's got nothing on Star Trek Discovery. It's bad. Don't get me wrong. It's a pile of garbage. I don't like it. But Star Trek Discovery is a show. I usually don't like to crap on shows, but I take great enjoyment reviewing Star Trek Discovery and giving it shit for an hour. It's a lot of fun.
Well, you should have known not to invite me in because certain things there's going to be a certain amount of crapping upon.
Yeah,
well, you know what? We saw that.
That's
and
okay.
we were like, who would enjoy this a lot more than we would? We know who.
Yeah.
Oh God. I mean, we'll move on to The Expanse, but this is the creme de la crap here. So we've got to start with that. Then we can leave on a positive note.
Absolutely. Yes. We absolutely try to stay positive on Friday night. That's why we with Star Wars last week, we kind of put it to bed. Like, I don't even, it's something I don't even care. It's the Transformers. I'd say we don't talk about the Transformers, so I don't really care anymore.
Yeah.
Pure apathy at this point. But we could talk about good science fiction that had I don't know if you caught last week's episode, Doomcock, but oh my God, it was good.
Of what?
Of The Expanse.
Oh God, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm on it. The only problem is I can't come on and talk with you guys on Wednesdays because I don't have cable, and I actually bought the series from Amazon. Shelled out money for it, but they only post it the next day, so I'm kind of out of the discussion until now.
It's all good. Well, season 4, when it's on Amazon, and we'll all get it on the same time.
Yes,
you will be there. We'll have you. Yeah, hell yeah.
I love that show.
It's been a great week of television. Okay, just Westworld was amazing. Legion was amazing. The Expanse was amazing, and Cloak and Dagger wasn't. But it's okay.
Ed Brewer, I just want to say thank you for the $2. He says it's been 35 years, but here's your $2.
It took me a second there. I'm a little $2.
$2.
Thank you, Ed Brewer. So The Expanse took it took me a second to realize. Hello, Belinda. Belinda is
Belinda.
Yes. Belinda's awesome. From
yes.
She hangs around in the Everything Expanse Facebook page. She is a screaming firehawk, and she is awesome.
She is awesome.
So last week it took that jump into becoming a little more, because everybody was calling it like the 2001 episode, and sorry, spoiler warnings, folks, but it really took that leap into the next step. It's always been a grounded show, but it's a grounded show with like some really fantastic sci-fi elements, a little bit of Contact, the better parts of Contact, and some 2001, and it really took that leap this week, and it was freaking brilliant, and they did it so well. This was like the point in the books I was waiting for, and I was looking forward to the most, and they pulled it off perfectly. Sorry, go ahead.
So you've read all the books ahead of time?
Yes, I have.
And I have not. So we're actually kind of on, that's where we're at with our reviews is, Gary goes, I know where it's going. And I go, I don't want to hear it.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, fucking asshole. Book assholes. That's what we are, is book assholes, right?
Yeah.
Especially Game of Thrones too. We were like that too. I watched the first season, then I just dived into the books, and they're great. I think the show actually does a lot of stuff better in some aspects, but the whole Miller thing in Holden's head, I was really wondering how they were going to pull that. It's like, is that going to look stupid? Or it was great. It was great. So I was so happy.
It was fucking amazing. I love the scenes where he's hurtling through space and Miller's just standing there, just talking with him, and he's wearing his hat. God bless him. That is, he was my favorite character. I have a great weakness for hard-boiled detectives, and he's a great addition to that pantheon of great dicks.
Right.
Well, I don't mean like that. I mean, you call him dicks in a hard-boiled sense. Hard-boiled dick.
I was going to go off on a couple of different jokes. I'm like, I'm just going to rein it in.
Just why now?
Because it was going to go like way out, and never mind.
We're going down to Dick Town.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it was almost like it was planned to go to Amazon. That's why I have my conspiracy theory of like they pulled the plug on themselves, because there's no way they could have done what they wanted to do at Sci-Fi. Period. What did I? Yeah, so I heard last week that the budget for Star Trek Discovery is like 10 million an episode, like 9 or 10 million, like 8 million an episode. Freaking, and for the Expanse, it's like I'm speculating here.
It was like 2 million. We looked it up.
2 or 3 million. And I mean, the show looks a million times better. And maybe writing, writing can cloud some bad special effects. Okay. But last week, oh man, it ratcheted up so well. The acting is so good. And, I did a little video on the Saturn Awards because it just pissed me off. I don't know. Nobody cares, but except for me.
No, I did.
Yeah, and you brought it up. Thank you. And the fact that like no Expanse actors or actresses got nominated for anything. Star Trek Discovery got nominated for 5, which was unbelievable.
Yeah, Legion didn't get anything either, and it was just like, what the hell?
Yeah, a goose egg for Legion. That was ridiculous.
It's a complete pile of shit. I mean, what does that tell us? It tells us these award shows are all political, that CBS has bought and paid for these fucking nominations. That's the only answer, because it stinks. It fucking stinks. And, you guys, I respect you and everything, but I heard you putting love on Doug Jones, on his, mushroom guy, shroom on the fucking thing. Look, dude, he's not had a fucking scene to play. I mean, he's a great actor, yes, but come on, he hasn't had a great dramatic moment on that whole fucking show.
Nope. He hasn't. And I love how you call it the mushroom thing. And it's, I can't, I don't know. I'm a wuss when I can't criticize Doug Jones in any way. It's bad. It's a weakness.
That's because Doug Jones likes him. He's hit on him before. That's why.
Whatever. I mean, he's got good taste. Okay. But I
just want to say
he's got a good pair of stems on him. Yeah. Mushroom.
I want to say thank you to Movie for Nobby, $1.99. He says pulled over to give 900 Susan 69 her money.
Yeah. Hey, before the end of tonight, I want to hear Susan's phone voice. Don't you all?
Yes, I do. Yeah. I want to.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice and slow, too. I want you to take your time.
I
gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go and get my lotion. Yeah.
Hey, it gets lonely down there in the lair, folks. Okay.
Oh, it does.
And here's our Me Too moment. Here we go.
Here we go. Well, Harvey Cthulhu's probably got a Me Too moment, but he's got the tentacles. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Harvey's fucking weird. I did a little thing on the. Well, you guys can access it. You're actually on my Patreon, and I did I talked in my canon video about if it's legitimate for any company to buy any franchise and then do whatever the fuck they want to it. Then they could buy Green Acres and they could buy Star Trek and combine them. And so I just thought I'd do the theme song for that. And Harvey said, all right, I'll do it, but only if I can be Zsa Zsa. So He's a sick fuck.
He really is, but he was so upset when you were going to make him a woman. I don't understand that, but
He goes back and forth.
he does. He really inconsistent, that Harvey. He just wants to get out. He just wants to get out.
He wants to get out and kill all of us.
Yeah, I can't wait, really, honestly. Yeah, we need to get the keys to his cage. By the way, back to Doug Jones, and I love how you said mushroom skin, because that's the one thing that I did not bring up in the video that I meant to. It was in my notes. Was what would make him probably more likable in the show is not looking like a mushroom penis, because he kind of looks like he's very fleshy, and yeah, that makeup is just not nice to look at all. I mean, I don't get it. So
yeah, I mean, you can't see any expression at all. And I made a comment, well, a wisecrack in one of my videos that said that basically it's like a turtle got a hold of his ass and chewed on it a while, but then got stoned and wandered away and didn't finish the job. That's basically because he's psychedelic.
Oh my God.
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
I'm sport trekking.
Feisty friend.
Oh, yeah. I can't believe I'm laughing so hard right on this. You said, yeah, maybe the creators of Star Trek Discovery went out and on a DMT trip or something like that and just thought the spore thing was such a good idea.
You know what it is?
Good idea, man.
I'm fairly sure what they were doing was, you know what? People are going to hate this shit because we hate this shit. What can we do to make this the most repellent thing possible? Then they start pitching ideas. No, I think I got one better.
I think you are right. I think you are absolutely fucking right. I think that these people wanted this show to get canceled. They said, we have just got to get the fuck out of here. Yeah. It's going to be a bomb. What can we do to make sure to hasten our exit?
Torches in space. We'll do torches in outer space. And sonar. We could do sonar, right? We can do sonar in space.
Well, springtime for Hitler, this shit. Come
on. TNG, though, had torture, but it was done in a
torches.
They did it with the lights, that was lights. Exactly. And you got the point of it. You got what he was going through. You don't have to graphically show it.
No, not the torches, like literal flaming torches in space.
Yeah. Torture is what we were going through watching it.
Yeah. Yeah, they literally had torches on the ship of the Klingon ship that were lighting the ship up. Yeah, and it's just like,
that's
okay,
ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they don't have light bulb technology, but they got cloaks, kids. They got cloaks.
Yeah, right?
You know what the best cloak of all is, kids? Not having light bulbs. Because it's fucking dark.
It's in the dark. Our cloaking device.
I think the best cloak is Cloak and Dagger, but there we go.
Not really.
Sorry. Yeah, it's not. Dakota Stanton, thank you for the $5. Do you think someone tried to make a random sci-fi show but got denied, then slapped a Star Trek label on it? No, this one's just too slapdash to even be a random sci-fi show. They literally are throwing crap at the wall and going, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah,
they could have had Seth MacFarlane do Star Trek Discovery, and it would have been a better show because he would get the Roddenberry canon. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. But actually, I'm kind of glad he didn't, because I like the Orville as it is.
So do I.
Yeah. Honest to God, I'm not, it really is like Star Trek without the stick up its ass. And I say that loving Star Trek, but Star Trek has so much canon and so much, lengthy, weighty philosophy that they can't make a dick joke. They can't play Barry Manilow or Total Eclipse of the Heart. And I think that, they're not pretending that 20th century culture is just going to vanish and there's nothing but fucking Shakespeare and jazz.
Yeah.
Great point. See, this is why I love Doomcock. Okay. So your video, dude, not to kiss your ass too much, but whatever. The canon video was so fucking good. That was kind of something I was trying to spit out in my Saturn Award video, but I Swiss cheese brain, a lot of drugs in the 80s, so I can't really articulate shit sometimes, so I just start cussing. But that was what, I had so many fucking arguments. The only time I've really argued with anybody on this channel was over stupid Star Trek Discovery and the canon, and especially the holodeck one. And I love that you came out with basically it's Roddenberry. You guys watch the video, by the way, and I will link it in the description. Watch that video. It's great. Give it lots of clicks, and subscribe if you haven't. But you mentioned the holodeck and how Roddenberry, had said the animated series was originally canon, but now it's not, and that's it. Once Roddenberry said it, that's it. And I had people argue me for days every time I brought up the cloaking device. I'm like, hey, I'm not an expert or anything, but I don't think the Klingons came up with it, 100 years or 10 years earlier. And I had people going, no, in this book and that book, and like that shit doesn't count though. So thank you.
It's not canon. It has to conform with the things that came first chronologically. The only one that could alter that is Roddenberry himself. And he'd have to have a damn good explanation for it. Otherwise, they've just made a mistake. You know what I mean? Like if he did a blooper or a screw up, well, I mean, that happens. But then he either needs to disavow it, or I think the audience then is the tiebreaker. I think the audience is the referee. Like, okay, if Roddenberry said two diametrically opposed things, then I think it falls to fandom, and you can pick which one you can live with, which one won't drive you to drinking and whores.
God. Mike Krychek says penis mushroom alien sounds more like Star Trek /fiction.
It'd probably be better, to be honest.
Really. A threesome with Kirk, Spock, and a waist-high knothole in a tree.
Oh my God. Well, Kirk.
Oh my God, this is great. Okay,
it's great. I don't know how to see the chat still. You sent me a link, but it just seemed to open to the YouTube feed.
Yeah, at the bottom of the YouTube feed is the chat down there.
Are you on a desktop or a phone? Are you?
Excuse me.
I'm on a laptop here.
On a laptop. Okay, it should be to the side, and then you hit a drop down that says like top chat and then live chat. You want to hit on live chat, and that'll show the live chat.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. And
I've been trying to figure it out, but it's drinking.
Well, you've only got so many hands. That's why you need Harvey around. Also, I want to point out that here's Doomcock's channel. Everybody, you need to subscribe. Especially he's at 33,955 subscribers. I'd really like to see him at 4,000, like tonight. I don't know. I mean, I doubt I have that power, but like, let's do it.
That would be super cool.
Come on, folks. Oh, you're most welcome. I am a fanboy of your channel. I'm not a fanboy of a ton of channels. I love Midnight's Edge and you. That's, it's actually, I'm going to VidCon, and they asked in the application, like, who would you like to see perform at VidCon? So I put you twice, and then Midnight Edge. So,
Thank you, sir.
We'll see if you get an invite.
You guys, I sent out that tweet today, and really Midnight's Edge and Nerdrotic are my homes away from home. So it's a great honor that you've welcomed me into your home.
The honor is
anytime,
ours.
Man. It's
hell yeah.
A lot of fun. Trumpatron 5000 says, I can't recall how many times I thought the Orville crew will do or not do something based on what is canon in Star Trek.
Right.
And by the way, love the name, man. It's pretty funny. But Johnny Papa says Doomcock railing against STD is the best content ever.
It's jazz for me. That's my jazz. Okay, because I hate jazz. But it's all right.
Well, you wouldn't fit in on the Enterprise D then, because that's all.
No, I know, right?
Jazz and Shakespeare, that's it.
Crazy Carlos says, also, I want to buy Nerdrotic shirts. Soon.
I may or may not have finished the design today. It was really hard. I just put our logo on a shirt. It took me 5 seconds.
I'm excited about the shirts.
Oh, yeah. I'll have one. Well, yours is going to say 1-900-699 on the back.
And I will pimp them on every
Holy crap.
Media.
John Nada, $15. Take my money, please. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, John Nada. And okay. No, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Wow. Apple Crow says, good news, everyone. I have food poisoning, so I didn't go to my Friday night game, and I'm joining you instead.
Oh, you poor bastard. I'm sorry, Apple Crow.
We are the best cure for food poisoning.
I'm not going to read what he posted next, so it's just.
Oh,
Poor guy.
So
I'm so
sorry,
sorry.
Apple Crow.
I'm so sorry, man. But that one you just typed out is pretty damn funny.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, now I see the chat finally.
hey, all
Now
right.
it's fucking. God damn it! All
You
right,
lost it
now
again?
here we go. All right.
Soon as Doomcock sees the chat, show your love, people. Not telling you what to do, but do it.
Yeah, as Feisty
I'm
Fan
scrolling
says,
through it. Holy crap! It's awesome.
Feisty Fan says, go subscribe to Doomcock. All hail Doomcock.
Yes. This is like a Doomcock commercial. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's all good. All good. All
And
good.
Mary Ashmead, because I keep calling her Mary Ashford for some reason, needs 4,000 is what she says.
Yep. He does.
Got to get that 4,000,
Exactly.
or I'll destroy the world.
Yeah. So hurry up.
Oh,
I don't
man.
get my pizza in 30 minutes. I'll let the monkeys loose.
James Hayes says, hashtag dicks for Doomcock.
Hey-oh.
Oh.
Do you think we can make that trend on Twitter?
No, we don't
No.
want. Doomcock has plenty of dick. He doesn't need any more. He's fine in that department. It's not that. It's something else. Something else.
Oh man! Speaking of something else, let's talk about Legion. Legion actually had a really good episode this week. It was the season finale, but it was really fucking good.
Well, I'll have to check out. I'm running behind on my Legion. I haven't heard it.
Oh, well then let's not spoil it for you.
Yeah, well, we'll spoil
We
that
could
one for
return
you.
to the Expanse.
Yes, we can.
Good.
Yes, let's do that. So we only have 2 more episodes left, by the way, which is very sad. No news on like what the break is going to be. I imagine they're going to be at Comic-Con, which I will be there. I will be there. I will even ask a question. I'll be one of those, excuse the term, dorks in line asking like, Naomi, when you were flying through space, like, how did you feel? You know, something like that. But
Which buttons did you push when you were trying to fly the ship towards the Rossi? And can I smell your hair?
In that scene, you were naked. Were you really naked?
Were you really naked?
Oh my God, stop it. You guys are killing me.
Were you rubbing up against him suggestively, or was it just happening?
I was thinking that. Are you telling me that because now it's going on Amazon that we might actually see Naomi naked?
Yeah.
Possibly. Yeah.
Oh,
Depending on what her contract says.
Doomcock is pleased. And also the God, what's her name? The head of the captain, you know,
Not Bobby.
the
Drummer?
the captain of the
Drummer.
Belter
Drummer.
ship.
Yeah, Drummer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm all about Drummer. Yeah.
Belinda Jet City Girl 1 says, I have naked Steven Strait stories if you're interested.
Yeah.
Well, we saw him naked, flying through space. He looks like he works out. I'll give you that. Hey, you blew my mind because I forgot he was in Sky High.
Yeah. He was the bad guy in Sky High. He was a War and Peace.
Oh,
what?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just saw that not too long ago again.
Because I'm looking at it, I was watching it the other night and I was like, this guy looks really familiar. Who is this guy? I have seen him someplace before. And so I IMDb him. I'm like, holy shit. And that's what I texted Gary this. And Gary's like, what? Oh my God.
Right. I've seen that movie like 100 times and it didn't click. I got kids. So, I mean, we saw it in the theaters and I ended up liking it more than my kids did. So I was like, that was awesome. They're like, it was all right. Yeah. Well, my kids. I used to go to comic store. So, right. I got a little kid who fucking loves comics and my oldest one hates them because all he remembers, because he was old enough to help me work. So all he remembers is long boxes, is picking up long boxes. So if he sees a comic, he gets PTSD. Yeah.
Bring those long boxes up the stairs. You can only carry 3? Come on.
Oh, yeah.
We do not like failure here.
we
son. We do not tolerate failure in comics.
or
Thank
in
you
this
to
house.
Thank you, Dakota Stanton, $5. Have you guys heard of the AT&T original series Condor, based on the 3 days of the Condor? It's weirdly really good.
Yes,
I have not.
I have. Yep.
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it yet. I guess it's on a channel I probably don't get.
Which is
What channel is it?
I don't know. He said AT&T original series. Dakota, what channel is
For
that
me,
on?
it's
Yeah.
audience.
Uh,
I have DirecTV, so it's audience on DirecTV.
Okay. I have
Okay.
audience.
There you go. I
Also,
don't have it. Good night, feisty fan.
good night,
Good night,
Feisty.
all. I got to go to
Night,
bed early.
Feisty.
Good night, Feisty.
Thank you for the
good to
$1.99.
hear from you.
Feisty's awesome, by the way. She's the best.
She is. She's fantastic. She's one of my Legionnaires now.
Yes.
Like you.
Wow.
Yes. I upped it. Yeah. I felt like, man, she can't be a Legionnaire and I can't be a Legionnaire. I want my.
I know. You have to decide. You have to decide what you want to be minister of.
Oh boy. Do I have choices? I can.
Yeah, you get
Oh.
to pick. You get a certificate and everything.
Oh, that's fun. I fucking love that. That's a great idea, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Check out Doomcock's Patreon, by the way. Is it patreon.com/Doomcock?
Yes, it
Okay.
is.
There you go. I'll put that link when this rolls over into a video as well.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Of course, no problem. There's fun stuff there. And he actually does a lot. You do a lot on your page. I don't do shit, but I mean, I give stuff away, but you like give really good content and really interactive. It's awesome.
I think about 50% of what I do is on that Patreon. I don't sleep.
Wow.
You don't sleep. Yeah, I know. I kind of stopped.
No,
doing
I
that
mean,
too.
it really is because I do like, full feature commentaries. So, I mean, that's 2 hours a pop. And I have actually done live commentaries on Star Trek Discovery, episodes
wait a
14
minute.
and 15.
I hate to interject here, but Belinda says,
Yeah.
did you see that?
Yeah. Go ahead and read it. Go for it.
Okay, if no one's interested on behind the scenes info on shooting that 3-second scene of naked Holden that took 3 hours to film and had them dropping Steven naked from a scissor lift.
No, okay, Belinda, I apologize for like kind of blowing that off. Humble apologies.
No, it's a good story.
That's a good story.
It's
I
just,
want a picture of that.
wish it'd been Naomi or something. I don't know.
Oh my
Kind of sulking. I feel kind of cheated,
Yeah.
but I'm happy for you.
Hey, keep your hands where we can see them.
Was it when he was hanging up there? He's all, this one's for the ladies.
I'm king of the world. Oh, that's
Sorry, that just from 20 feet. Oh my God.
wow.
God.
And it was still just scraping on the ground, was it?
$2 from Anthony Sue for the naked Holden.
Thank you, Anthony.
Nice, Anthony.
Thank you.
He was in a modesty sock, is what Belinda says. You know who else used to wear modesty socks on stage? Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Red Hot Chili, yes.
I saw them in iguanas. This was when they still had their the brothers. I'm forgetting their names now. The guitar player and the drummer. Before their sock days, when Dr. Demento kind of gave them their start. He was the first one to play them.
Wow.
So yeah, Dr. Demento, Red Hot Chili Peppers. They were good. So without getting into spoilers from last week's episode, I am very curious, just overall, what you think of Legion.
What I think of Legion?
Yes.
I think it's brilliant. Viking Bitch recommended it to me. I went through the first season and liked it. And then the second season is blowing my fucking mind. I really think that other than perhaps The Prisoner, I can't think of a better designed series. It is the art direction, the set decoration, the vision of it is absolutely brilliant. I mean, it's just like a hallucinogenic adventure. The compositions are pristine, perfect. God damn, it's a great, great show.
I don't know if you've ever listened to it like on headphones. I'm kind of a sound nerd, but the sound is the
awesome.
best on the show, and it's not just to trip you out. They actually give you information. If you can hear some of those whispers, they were. I won't say what, but they were giving hints of something that happens. You got to listen really good though. And then who was it? A lot of people have been bringing up The Prisoner, and it took me a second to make that connection for it, but it absolutely is. Like it has to be a template for this show.
I really think so. And in terms of comics, I feel like, God damn, this thing is like The Invisibles. I mean, this is Grant Morrison all over. This is what The Invisibles would have been if they'd ever made it. I swear to God.
That my mind's blown right now. You're right. Because it's not at all like it's source material. What I read some of it, not all of it, and they made David very two-dimensional. Sorry, my coffee's being delivered to me right now, but thank you, son. You're a good boy. You get another day of life.
I'll kill you tomorrow.
Good night. Most likely kill you in the morning.
Father of the year. No, but that's oh my God, I haven't read The Invisibles in years. That was so good. But you're right. Oh man, and that reminded me
about him. Yeah, breaking into Dulcie and the trippy aliens and with the girls that have the mustaches, basically the Sonny Bono clones.
Yeah, the Vermilion. Yeah, they're awesome.
All of them. The guy with the basket on his head. Jesus, it's very, very Invisibles.
It is, and man, that needs to be made to a show. Although somebody might screw it up, so maybe it's just best left alone.
The things they're going to do to Watchmen. Hasn't Watchmen already been defiled enough? It is the greatest work of literature and comics.
He's never done anything bad.
That cocksucker. I don't. God damn it. That son of a bitch. I will never forgive anyone affiliated with Lost on the writing staff or producing side ever.
I remember when that came out, the first season, and I watched the first episode, the first couple episodes, and I remember talking to a friend of mine about that, going, I don't think they know where the show is going.
No, I remember being in the comic shop and there was all that talk of, sorry, spoiler warning, that they're in purgatory, and even me, my dumbass, going, there's no way they could be that stupid. And then everybody predicted it. This was after the first episode.
Yeah.
So and I watched the first season like an idiot, and then my wife and I were out. We're like, what the?
That was actually that's what it was. I was talking with you guys in the comic store, and I said, I don't think they know where they're going with this.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, I have some writing skills, and I could have brought it together. I had an ending in mind, and it's just the fact that it was a complete lie. That David Fury was absolutely correct when he left during the first season and said these fuckers don't know what they're doing. He was right. He's an honest man.
Bless him.
Yeah.
What's funny is Damon Lindelof didn't finish a comic book either. Like he was supposed to do a Ultimate Hulk and Wolverine and never finished that. That should have been a.
No, it got finished. It finally did.
It did. It did like 2 years later though. No, 3 years. 5 years later. Yes. Yeah. But we should have known then. Yeah.
God,
and it was a dumb ending.
It was a really dumb ending.
It's like, oh God.
It was really shitty.
Yeah.
Movie Fanobi. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
Movie Fanobi says, just to recap, Doomcock, in quotations, and Susan, make sure you talk very slowly.
Okay.
I just want to interject that every now and then from our comments out here.
Sorry.
No, go for it. What were you going to say there?
Oh, nothing. I was just going to go, I learned a song. It's called Daisy.
Love the Kubrick reference.
Yes.
Love Hal.
Good night, Belinda. She says, have a great evening, everyone. Rage on Doomcock. Kiss Harvey for me. I'm a very big fan.
Oh, thank you, Belinda. We love you. Thank you.
We love you, Belinda. Stay screaming, fire hockey or whatever. I didn't watch Lost until it was on Netflix. I got partway through the first season and got bored. It's not Legion. Viking bitch, that's what you say to everything now. It's not Legion.
And she's right, because it isn't Legion.
That's true.
Yes.
It kind of ruins it.
But I don't think Viking bitch has watched The Prisoner. And The Prisoner is the greatest television series ever made, period.
I am not a number.
I am not a number. I am a free man.
Yeah, it took me Braveheart, when Braveheart came out, I think it took me about 5 years before I realized that the king is Patrick Mcgoohan in that, because he was just acting so kind of weird and crazy. It didn't seem like him.
Yeah.
And then I finally was looking at him like, oh my God, that's the prisoner.
Yes. Yeah, he's a very, very talented man, a brilliant man. And I mean, he could have done anything he wanted at that time. He was offered James Bond and he passed on it.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. He had the most popular television show in England, Secret Agent, actually Danger Man in England. And, it came time. He actually shot an episode of Danger Man at Portmeirion in Wales, the location of the village. And that's what set it in his mind. He said, I've got to come and do something else here sometime. And it percolated in his mind. And then when they asked him, well, Patrick, what do you want to do next? He said this, and he had the whole thing laid out. And the rest is history.
I need to rewatch that now. I am fired up. I got so much shit to do.
I will not be pushed, filed, stamped, indexed, briefed, debriefed, or numbered. My life is my own.
Nice.
That's in a song, and I can't remember what song it's in. God damn it.
Did Iron Maiden do? I think they did a Prisoner song.
I think they did too. I'm going to have to go to my buddy Google.
Yeah. Patrick Mcgoohan was just an awesome actor. I mean, just a very awesome actor. He was supposed to take over after Sean Connery, if I remember correctly. And
I don't know.
He was actually, that's when they got George Lazenby.
Iron Maiden. You're right. There we go.
And George Lazenby realized after that, when he was near the end of filming on Her Majesty's Secret Service, that he didn't want to do it anymore. And he stupidly told the producers while they were still filming that he wasn't going to do it anymore. So they pretty much didn't give him any direction for the final scene. So he actually read the book of what happens. And that's actually one of the best scenes that he's done, is at the very end of the movie. And it's because he got it from the book.
Well, there's a one score for literature, right?
Yeah.
He wasn't bad, but he was an idiot to pass it up. I mean, there was a hell of a lot of money, and he was basically a shoe salesman or a used car guy before that.
Yeah, he was a male model, if I remember correctly.
Right.
Underwear model or something like that.
He had the instincts of a used car salesman. Yeah. And he held up, like when they interviewed him much later. I mean, he looked great. Like he could have been Bond for fucking 30 years.
Yeah.
My favorite is he's in Kentucky Fried Movie in a really bad disaster movie scene where he just keeps repeating the lines over and over again. It's like a circuitous line that he's talking to this nurse as shit is blowing up around them. And they're saying it has George Lazenby, starring George Lazenby, and it's supposed to be this big disaster movie, and it's really damn funny.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in years. Wow, that's a good movie.
That's a
Landis, right?
I'm sorry,
John Landis.
John Landis directed it. Yeah. Oh no. Yes, I take that back. Landis did direct it, and the Zucker brothers
wrote it. Yeah.
Right.
Airplane. Random user 42 says, yes, indeed. It was Iron Maiden did The Prisoner on Number of the Beast. The random game user, that is like how much drugs I've done. Because I listened to that album pretty much for a year straight. But I was on meth. So,
so it was kind of like maybe 5 minutes is what it felt like.
So I threw you into a flashback when I said, I will not be pushed, filed, stamped, indexed, briefed, debriefed, or numbered.
Totally, man. Space time, man. The space time. It moves differently when you're on crank.
Man can sing songs of
Good night, Morks.
You have a beautiful singing voice, Doomcock.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Doomcock, do you watch Westworld by any chance?
I saw the first season, but you see, Doomcock is abominably poor. He does not have cable anymore. He's what he's doing though is he's saving up. He's gonna hit HBO for a month once Game of Thrones come on. He's gonna live on that motherfucker. He's gonna watch Westworld. He's gonna watch Game of Thrones. He's gonna watch the new Curb Your Enthusiasm. I mean, on and on and on. I can't wait.
We will not talk about that one.
Oh, go ahead. You can go ahead and talk. I mean, since I don't know anything that's going on, y'all can talk about that. It's just I'm actively watching Legion right now.
Okay.
All right. So yeah. This we're going to talk about a little spoiler, but I can help you out, Doomcock. I can totally help you out with the HBO situation. So I'll private message you, sir.
Excellent. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, no problem.
Then I'll join you.
Yeah, that would be rad. That would be great. Oh my God, you got to get caught up.
It's an investment.
So I can't. Then if you're gonna get caught up, we can't talk about theory.
Go ahead. It's
okay. All right. So there's a theory that they're gonna pull basically a Planet of the Apes with this show, which is gonna be very exciting. All right. We also had Zan McLaren, who plays Akitsu, who played it. He's a new character they showed last week, and it was Aki. Thank you. Sorry, Aki. One of the best acting performances I have seen on television in many a moon. It got me emotional. It was so fucking good. Yeah, this guy needs to win all the awards. He became a main character 8 episodes in a season 2. That's how good it was. They just focused on. It was really strange how they did it. But cool. But this guy was I've seen him in other stuff, but he's a decent character actor, but this role fit him like a glove. It was so perfect. And I was going to do a video just gushing over this guy's performance, and I ran out of time. But that was one of the highlights, was just that, seeing his performance. How do you pronounce his last name, Dennis? I can't pronounce it for shit.
I just call him Aki. That's the
his real name. Yeah.
I don't know, honestly. I don't know what
Zan McLaren.
McLaren.
No, there's two. There's an NON at the end, so it's McLaren, something like that. McLaren. Yeah, if you say it with an accent, it probably makes a lot more sense.
McLaren. Oh, he's after me, Lucky Charms.
But there was a spoiler that anything that verifies anything that Dennis and I think is a good idea. I just like to put that out there. I
think so too.
Yeah. So one of the theories we have is this is kind of it's a simulation within a simulation powered by an AI, and maybe all humans are hosts and all hosts are human and everybody's dead and God doesn't exist in postmodern blah blah blah. But considering the show's focus, here, I'll show you guys the Reddit here. Yes, I'm trolling Reddit. That's what I do. So considering the show's focus on the question of consciousness, the ambiguity of who's human and who's host, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a Planet of the Apes kind of twist where there simply are no more humans. Who said that, Dennis? I believe it was us. Yeah. If everyone or everything is in a loop, there's no telling how much time has actually passed. Assuming they've managed to store real human consciousness in the valley beyond, and overall experiment being to immortalize people inside host bodies. Perhaps there are no AIs either. Everything is a host, and every host is occupied by a human mind of some form. Who else said that? That all the hosts might have a human template.
Yep.
I thought that was fascinating. I don't know if it would be good if they did that, but I think they're kind of going that way. Dennis.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised.
I was taking a moment to take it in.
Yeah, no, I think that's very likely. I felt that they were going to do more. I felt like it could have even been some kind of alien thing, or it could have been in Dark City, it's floating in space or some shit. It's a cool thing. I'd like it that if they go down to the beach and they see a giant statue of Harvey, like a post-Harvey universe. He stomped everything.
And he's just like burping, sitting on the back, has a big Harvey beer or something, whatever beer Harvey drinks.
He's drinking some PB.
On the plus side, there's no more Star Trek Discovery.
Yep, I ate it.
That's been deleted. That little file is deleted from everyone's consciousness.
It is. It's a mind-blowing theory. I think you're right, Doomcock. I think they're going to do a little more. And by the way, thanks for bringing up Dark City, another great fucking movie that I need to see.
Great movie, yeah.
Ugh. Richard O'Brien.
Sleep. We thought the same thing, and exactly as you said, Richard O'Brien, and I went sleep.
Yes. Oh my god, like that guy doesn't show up in everything. It was so weird to see him in that movie, and he didn't look like he aged a day. And it's like, oh, where is my Richard O'Brien? I'm a huge Rocky Horror fan.
Oh, me too.
Bad Bunny says Valley Beyond is Legion.
Almost every show we cover is dealing with consciousness and reality and perspective and untrustworthy narrators and it just makes for good TV, but they're just tricking us.
Or sense of self. Yes, I mean we have Counterpart, we have Mr. Robot, we have Legion, we have Westworld. Yeah, everything that we're dealing with.
Yeah, Mr. Robot has been very good. Yeah, I didn't see the last season of that because, again, no cable. But I've enjoyed the first 2 seasons a lot.
Okay, everybody, sign up for Doomcock's Patreon. I'm going to help you out with some of these shows. I'm able to send some of them your way because I don't know if you've seen Counterpart at all. But
yes. Well, see, I did that thing. I bought Stars for a month, gobbled down fucking Counterpart. The only reason that I haven't reviewed it is because I went into it completely clean. I had no idea what it was, and it was so weird that I don't really want to talk about it to anybody that hasn't seen it because I don't want them to miss out on how weird that opening is, because I had no fucking clue what it was. I thought it was just a spy thing. Honestly, I didn't know it was what it is.
Well, that's a great point. And that's probably why they did the premiere. I didn't know they did this. Dennis had to point it out to me that they showed the first episode like before Christmas, way back before Christmas. Then they waited a month and then repeated it and played the season out. And it honestly is one of the weirdest shows I've ever seen. That's great.
It really is. J.K. Simmons showed what a great actor he is. That is a hell of a performance on his part. Because I knew he could play, insane assholes from Oz, but I didn't know he could play kind of a meek, kind of down and out, and
a badass at the same time.
Exactly.
He just flips the switch. And
he makes them live.
Yeah.
He really does.
Hey, this guy played the single most accurate comic book character in film ever. From page to screen, there is no better than his version of J. Jonah Jameson.
Yes.
Period. It's not even, you can't even argue that. But no, it's nice to see them pick an old guy to be the lead too for us old guys.
A job. I got something better than that. I'll give you part-time. No, better yet, I'll make you a freelancer.
Freelancer. Come on, kid.
No one wants a job. Freelance is where it's at.
His laugh when he asked for money, that I can't reproduce it, but it's that's my favorite thing ever.
It's such a great show. Really is one of the best things. I can't wait for season 2.
Oh yeah, me too. I mean, we went through and did it episode by episode, and same thing like we did with Legion, Expanse, all that stuff. And I think pretty much a good majority of the people that are here in our audience right now in the chat have kind of followed along with us on that. Kind of got sucked into the rabbit hole along with us on that.
They did. Let's get to the chat, Dennis.
Yeah.
Let's hear from the people. Sorry, folks. We've been talking to Doomcock and having so much fun.
Mctheist. Wow, that was actually that's a Mctheist says hosts have a human template. What does that even mean?
I think.
Go ahead. No, go for it.
Well, I think what it means is that all of the inhabitants are off a pattern of a perhaps deceased human or a stored human, and the consciousness resides off-site, maybe offline or something. Maybe not even I guess it's not aware that it's being plugged into this body. It thinks it's there, and it's really some battery on a shelf somewhere.
Yeah.
It's basically God's creation becoming conscious before God.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
What happens when you drop acid, folks? Okay.
Wow. I've always wanted to drop acid, but I don't have any shadowy underworld contacts. I don't know how to get that.
Oh man, I used to. They're all dead, and
I used to go right outside to the parking lot.
We're in alcohol. Just go out.
So yeah, I just go.
Hey, everybody, Doomcock needs some acid. Can anybody hook him up?
Acid? Does someone have a place we can mix some acid?
DMT. I'd really like to see the machine elves. I really would.
Dude, is that what you see? I might have to. No, I better not. It's not even.
No, you don't.
Nah.
That hits your fucking bloodstream at this point. It'd be like boiling oil on water and just.
Dude, I'd be down at Post in Leavenworth with a tranny hooker and fucking a half a bag of coke and lost my house. Yeah. Just kidding.
Oh man, I want to say thank you to Diffuse56 for the $5 super chat. Why no Man in the High Castle, guys? Right up your alley. So the reason why we don't do Man in the High Castle is because it drops all at once. And it's kind of hard to we've tried doing this before with other shows that have dropped all at once. Do we do episode by episode? Do we do the entire season? We just haven't found a right cadence with it. And also we found that if we try and do episode by episode, people don't really follow it with us. Versus
not when it drops. It took us a year. We figured it out kind of. So we will be doing it when it comes. Is it coming back soon?
I think it will be coming back. Yeah. So it was season 3.
So what we do is we do 1 or 2. So what we do is spoiler-free one on Friday, and then we do a part 1 and part 2 over the weekend. So we will be covering Man at the White Castle.
The White Castle,
that's my show, man.
That's right. You know who rules the Man of the White Castle? The Burgermeister.
The Burgermeister.
Hamburger.
Rankin and Bass.
Johnny Pappas, $1.99 OG style. Did you read that one, Dennis? I'm sorry if I'm reading it twice.
I believe I did. No, I didn't see that one. No, I missed that one.
Sorry, Johnny. Oh, Christ. Do we get a lot of super chats here?
Yeah, we did. We've gotten a lot of super chats.
Yeah. This is, you guys are awesome. You are awesome.
Thank you, guys.
We're going to share some of that with Doomcock if you guys don't mind. So,
thank you, sir. Thank you.
No problem.
Give Doomcock some fucking cable.
Yeah, Jesus Christ! I want to hear him talk about poor Doomcock has to see all this shite all the time. I want him to see something good,
just so he doesn't have to watch his porn scrambled like everyone else.
I know, yeah.
No, I got the porn. The porn,
that's
internet. I got internet, obviously.
You stream that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, I'm streaming porn right now while we're on. It's all.
I've heard that the porn for Star Trek Discovery is better than Star Trek Discovery.
So there is one.
I've heard. I haven't seen it. If any of you guys out there know, I'd be interested in knowing that.
It's got better production. It has more believable storylines.
Better acting.
Better acting.
More likable characters.
And the special effects are amazing. My God.
And that 4K. Wow.
Really instead of Klingons, they have strap-ons.
I know. Yeah, I was going to say, didn't we see that in just the regular one with the whole Klingon sex thing?
Ugly McScaly tits.
Oh,
Scaly Tits. That sounds like a good screen name.
Yeah.
Scaly McFugly tits.
Thank you, Diffuse. $5, another $5. Thank you. Thanks for the good news about High Castle. Thank you. Oh my God. Viking Bitch, $5. Thank you for Doomcock's cable. You watch your cable, Doomcock. Vera Magisha, $5. Thank you. Doomcock Cable Fund.
There at the center of the earth is a supervillain badly in need of cable. All he has is old Star Trek Discovery that he watched off CBS, free trial, of course, and he's thinking about ending. Well, let's not go there.
Oh man, I didn't get up in time. I was gonna get a picture of a sad puppy up there. So I was doing that. I couldn't do it.
I'm
in time.
Sally Struthers.
Oh no, you went there. Oh.
I'm Sally Struthers. Listen, I know that there's needier kids in the world. I know that there's worse tragedies in the world. But for fuck's sake, this motherfucker needs some goddamn cable. So come on, you cheap bastards. For fuck's sake.
You need to do more chewing in between there.
So anyways, I tell you.
Are you gonna finish that?
Richard Frost has christened you Doomcock as Doom Diggler.
Oh no! Louis Finobi says Hashcock Doomcock demands cable.
Oh, we got a $1.99 from Movie Finobi saying for Doomcock's HBO late night from Susan. That's Cinemax Movie Finobi. Come on.
That's right. Susan knows that she's shilling for me to raise a few bucks because she knows it's just coming right back to her. When we get off, it's gonna be okay now. You were saying, Susan, I love the voice. I love the glasses. Holy crap.
I'm not Naomi though.
That's okay. I'm a slut. I like all sorts of women. I'm totally, agnostic.
You got that glasses smart dame thing going for you there.
Yeah, I do.
But remember, the glasses can come off.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
that was good.
I'd just like to interject at this juncture that I think this thing has gone off the rails, and I'm a little bit disturbed. I felt a stirring, and well, that ain't right.
Oh, shut up, Hank. Go for it.
Dude, the hardest I've laughed in a long time, I know this is a controversial video, was your Tony Stark video. And I was at work and I was drinking coffee and I spit coffee all over my fucking keyboard. When you said it was just a throwaway line, but when you said, I'll miss my dick. You got to hear it in context, folks. It's really delivered perfectly. Yeah.
Oh man, Richard Frost says, I am keen to see your opinions on Babylon 5. Did you see that JMS told Prime that Warner Brothers is sitting on a pristine film print with 2K CGI renders of the show that never saw the light of day?
Fuck. God damn it. That's so fun. I just watched the first one on the day it came out on Amazon. I really liked that show. And but my God, the effects are just even worse than I remember. I guess at the time I didn't, we didn't know what CG should really look like. And good God, it's bad.
They did that, excuse me, on what was called a toaster.
Yeah, the Amiga.
Yeah. And it actually looked really good back in the day. That was really good CG. Yeah, it hasn't aged well. I know that.
Well, they didn't help because they also blew it up to 1080.
Yeah.
And ruined the frame, the aspect ratio, and they're cutting off shit and it's puffing up the goddamn things that are already pixely. So that's not helping. That was a fucked up thing to do.
Yeah. Thank you, Artemis Over Easy. $10 for Susans with glasses off.
That's a special episode, folks.
Yeah, that was hot. That was hot.
That was, yeah.
Good God. Good God. Oh,
maybe that's why we don't get Farscape. They do have a Blu-ray version of it, but you never think about stuff like that. The quality issue, like we've kind of fucked it up, so we can't put it out because we fucked it up, and we'd have to go back and remaster everything, which they kind of should do with Babylon 5. But
Mike Krychek says that's why Cobra Commander and Blofeld always hold the world ransom. They needed cable.
Cable is expensive.
Yeah, and Blofeld, cat food.
Yeah, that cat food, man, and also the hairball treatments too.
Yeah, the poor thing.
Yeah.
Didn't he just feed the cat like incompetent workers or hitmen or something like that?
No, those are the sharks. He fed incompetent workers.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was the sharks.
Yeah.
Ill-tempered bass.
laser beams on their head.
Ill-tempered bass. Cobra Kai commander. There you go.
Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai. I love that.
Fucking greatness.
Random Game User 42. For all the Doomcock fans, we are working on a way for him to stream and get donations without him being monetized. It will happen.
Yes, Random is actually helping me to try and figure out a way around that, since YouTube just is giving Doomcock the cold shoulder. No monetization for you.
Oh,
they just said they're going to get back to you and put you in that whole, like, we're just ignoring you passive aggressive thing, or have they told you flat out no?
No, yeah, they're just ignoring me.
Okay. That sucks. Yeah. Let me know if I can help with that. We need to find a way. There is a way. There's lots of ways, actually. But
yeah, Random's got. I think she on her channel she does a method that she's recommended to me that goes straight to a PayPal thing or something. So at some point I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Nice.
Well, now Movie Kenobi says he just pledged $3 tier for Doomcock Bud. Hail, you silky-tongued overlord.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, a patron. Thank you so much.
And
I on Twitter the other day, I did a double take because somebody started following me named George Takei, and I had George Takei's picture on it, and he said something about I've joined your Patreon, and anytime you want to show me your Doomcock, I'm up for it, you savage baritone. And I just froze, and then it's not George, and then I went,
damn it. Someday.
Right, damn it. It's like, an original Trek cast member can hit on me. That's fine. That's totally cool.
Absolutely.
I want to say thank you to Dakota Stanton for the $10. Rewatching Stargate has the same aspect ratio problem.
Yeah, it's a shame. They really need to not do that. I mean, it's not helping when you're actually losing image information by cutting off the top and the bottom. It's not helping.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're going from what was the old 2:3, or the 2:3 ratio to the 16:9 ratio is what they're doing, something like that.
They're just blowing it up. Yeah, it's bad. Actually, that's what I did pre-mastering it for Technicolor. That's the kind of crap I was trying to pull off, and sometimes I did and sometimes I didn't. And that's like all of your Blu-rays are 720p, by the way. Sorry.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yep, they're not full 1080p. They might be 1080i, which is essentially 720p.
Yeah,
right. The split. Yeah,
because of all the stuff we have to put on there. I love to tell I'm sorry if you've heard this before, but so all the final copies, like you have heard it a million times, but we used Nero to burn all the Blu-ray masters.
And it was a pirated copy of Nero, was it? It was
not? A pirated copy. So one night I had to go on Pirate Bay to fucking get Nero for Technicolor because I didn't have a credit card to go get the license or something like that. So you know how it comes up every once in a while. So I had to download a pirated copy for Technicolor.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, that might violate my NDA, but oh well, I don't work there anymore.
Who are you? That's all right.
I'm nobody.
We don't know your name. We're not going to.
No, I wasn't an official employee. I was a contract worker. So
fuck it.
You know how those contract workers are.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Stun the Wombat says, "Kay, for anyone who wants a really weird show, go watch Lex. Still not sure how I feel about that show. I could never get through it, honestly. I tried and I tried and I tried and just never could get through it.
I love that song that the Warriors sings. That that thing. I can't remember shit. But it was cool. I like that show. It was so fucking weird. The Lex, it always seemed to me like it was a porno that they cut out the sex scenes from.
Yeah, that's what I always felt too. I was like, so isn't this where they're supposed to start the music and the pizza delivery guy is supposed to come in, or the plumber, the space plumber?
Right. Yeah, because the chick is basically like Barbarella or something.
Yeah.
And it has this weird sexualized content, but nobody ever actually gets, down and does anything.
I remember it used to be on Showtime, if I remember.
So it's like
correctly.
England, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
It was a cool show. I liked it a lot.
Viking Bitch says Lex was bad writing. It could have been good, but it went off the rails.
It did at the end. Yeah. I mean, they switched the girl, I think, on maybe the second or third season, and that's when I kind of lost interest. The quality went down.
She just didn't do it for you anymore?
No, it wasn't that. It's just that it just coincided with the general dip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Richard Frost says, don't forget Blake 7, a masterful series by Terry Nation. Obviously, the effects are bad, but the stories are great.
I love Blake's 7. I love fucking Blake's 7. Have you guys seen it?
It's a long time ago. I'm actually gonna rewatch it this summer as part of our little rewatch series. I'm doing it with Farscape right now, and then Blake 7 and a couple of million other things. I'm gonna have a busy summer, but
yeah, Space Commander Travis, Supreme Commander Servalan. You had Blake and Avon, and goddamn, I love that show. The Liberator and Zen and Aurak. Yeah, great fucking show, and one of the most amazing endings of any show I've ever seen.
Is that one of those ones where you'd love to see it remade, but then you wouldn't like to see it remade now, because they would probably fuck it up? And I don't want to see anything remade right now. I wish they would put a moratorium on everything. We need to clean out the creative pool in Hollywood, and it looks like that might be happening anyway because it's moving to Silicon Valley. But
well, you know what I found out tonight? I found out why we're getting all these reboots and remakes, and it didn't make any sense to me, the quote, but apparently the reason why the streaming services and the broadcast networks are doing reboots is because they're looking for proven IP in a bid to cut through the cluttered landscape of 500 scripted originals. That made no sense to me whatsoever.
I can kind of see that.
Yeah, I can too.
I thought you were going to say mercury in the vaccines. I thought it was just dumbing down everyone over there so fucking much that they can't even do anything quality anymore. But yeah, I guess they're just fucking up those IPs, so they might as well veer away from that and do some original stuff. Like, there's tons of books out there.
Yeah.
Great books. I mean, fucking, if you don't have any goddamn original ideas, then go to the fucking library. Get a library card.
Reading, and that's a hard commodity these days.
Honestly, you joke, but that's the truth. I mean, no, coked out producer has time to sit down and read even a description in a book, and that's part of the problem is, I gotta read. Ew. It's like, that's why they do so many comic books. I mean, hey, I love comic books. It's my favorite medium, but they're easier to read than an actual book.
And they're easier to shoot because they're already done for you practically.
But yet they don't.
And that's why we have a comedy remake of Jaws coming out called The Meg.
What?
Oh, I can't wait for The Meg. I am all over The Meg. That's going to be a trash heap that I love. I love Jason. I am Gatham for Jason Statham, just like I can't wait.
What movie needs to, what book needs to be made into a movie? It's one of my favorites. It's a sci-fi book, the Stainless Steel Rat series by Harry Harrison.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's so simple. It's a guy who's a criminal in space. He goes to all these different planets and he's a cat burglar, essentially. But a really cool one. Yeah. And I mean, it's really easy to do. It shouldn't be that high budget to do things, and yet nobody's actually done that one.
Yeah, well, probably too good an idea that would meet expectations and not foil them. Ryan Johnson, Kathleen Kennedy, they love to foil, to circumvent our expectations.
Oh yes, I love how he turned off. I want to circumvent your expectations or flip your expectations is another excuse for I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I made a bad movie, and yeah, don't get me started on Roundhead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny Space Truck Driver has already been made into a movie with Dennis Hopper. It was made back in the 90s.
I could remake it again.
Wow.
It's been long enough.
Yeah.
I just hate remakes. I just have no use at all for remakes, period. I've never seen a goddamn good one. There's a few decent reboots out there. I know a lot of people have jumped on my ass for putting Edward James Olmos Adama into my canon video, but Battlestar Galactica was a great fucking show. I'm sorry. It was. And it's not really violating canon at all because it's an entirely different universe. It's entirely different. It doesn't touch the Lorne Green universe in any way.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And he was, I'll repeat this again at Comic-Con. I was there when he was in a little room and he's all, well, if you love the original Battlestar Galactica, you're going to hate this one. And the room was dead silent. And, but he was right, and he won us over at first. I was pissed when I first heard him. I'm all, what? Fuck you, dude. But I'm sorry, Mr. Olmos. You were right.
Yeah. And I remember
fucking great.
Richard Hatch, remember he came out against it. And then what was it at the end? He was on it.
Well, no, that's how they got him. They're like, hey, would you like a role in it? And, that's how you deal with trolling, folks.
Right. And he was never better. Mr. Zarek was a great part for him.
Role of his life.
Yeah.
It's too bad Axanar never got made because I'd have loved to see him playing that fucking Klingon. He was awesome in that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And yes, Grevlin, you're right. The name of that Dennis Hopper movie was Space Truckers. It was a direct-to-video movie.
Did they play the song?
They do play the song. Yes, they do.
That probably was their entire budget right there.
That was their entire budget. Song.
That's right.
It still had better special effects than STD.
Right.
Well, we're not sure since we can't actually see them.
That's true. It's so fucking dark there, and I'm also blinded by the science. That's what the torches are for.
That's right. It's as dark as Spinal Tap's album.
Yeah, right. But it goes up to 11. Oh my God, I saw those guys live. They were so fucking good, and they were in character the whole time. It was like 10 years ago. They were great. Oh my God, it was so fun. But okay, well, let's jump on a little news here, a little bit, a little team. What do you want to?
I think what we should go with is, since the big thing, so Amazon was getting ready to revive the Fox show Lucifer, and Netflix beat them to it. They're renewing Lucifer for a 4th season.
Well, that's great news for Lucifer fans. I'm very happy for them.
Yes.
Well, dude, they can actually make a real adaptation of that comic book now.
Yeah,
they could. Yeah,
I would get rid of the whole. This might piss off the Lucifer fans, but I would get rid of the whole police thing and like adapt the fucking comic book and use the same guy. That's fine with me. That would be awesome because that's a great comic. That it's not. The show is nothing like at all.
Yeah,
but
he's a good actor. Yeah,
he is. That's all. That's great.
Yeah. So it's a show that's been, and so this actually kind of leads into some stuff that was happening to. So we all know about the Comcast deal or the Disney Fox deal, and then Comcast stepped in and said, "Hey, you know what, Fox? We're going to give you $65 billion all cash if you go with us." And Fox now, the Murdochs, they were actually ready to take the Disney deal. They were actually going to have a meeting on July 10th with the board to have a meeting, a vote on this to see if they're going to take the Comcast or the Disney offer. And they were kind of pushing towards the Disney offer. So now the Murdochs have said, no, we're going to stop that meeting. And now we're going to have, I think they said the meeting is going to be as early as next week. But now there's rumblings even that would a giant tech company like Google or Apple also make a bid now on Fox?
Dude, that would be that would be over. If Bezos could end it in a night, like Mr. $100 billion.
Yeah.
I don't want
Bezos is
anybody
right.
to get it. I want the government to fucking say no to this shit. Hell fucking no. Sorry, the adult in me does not want all this shit going through one company. But yeah, it'd be funny if a tech company went in and took it. I kind of laugh at that.
Yeah, I could see it happening because Apple right now, they're looking for something. They're looking to do a streaming service, and Fox owns part of Hulu. They own 30%. And so part of this deal, if Comcast goes for it, is they would have to shed that 30% of Hulu in order to take it. If they get it, of course.
I think that's what Disney really wanted, but I mean, I think Disney's still going to get the X-Men and Fantastic Four back. I heard a lot of rumblings that whoever buys it's just going to sell them back to them, because Disney can make life really hard on whoever owns that property.
Yep.
To make sure it never succeeds. So it'd be better just to sell it back to them. Problem is, I think what killed the deal was, of course, cash, but they're borrowing all that cash. That's part of the problem. And the other one is Disney stock took a shit. Like, not a huge shit, but I mean, it's not looking good right now because of Star Wars. And the only thing that saved their ass was a tax cut. So that's, and their parks are doing really good too. But for I don't know how long.
Formula for how successful these bids are, and it's called earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, amortization, or EBITDA. Okay. They're saying Comcast bid has 17 times that moniker, and then Disney's bid is 14 times pre-synergy, and then post it's only 10 times. So clearly, if you look at whatever little formula they have here, Comcast is definitely the better suitor for them.
It is. It's. I forgot what they called it, a lateral move versus a whatever move, and Comcast was a better choice. And I just don't want to see Disney own all that shit. Fuck that. They've done.
Now, realistically, I hate both companies.
Yep.
I've had run-ins with Comcast. They're horrible. Yep. I hate Disney. When I was out in LA, doing my little life on the Z list, all of my fellow pages at NBC, they were all jockeying for Disney jobs. And I thought, I'd rather, pluck out my eyes than work for the House of Mouse. Do not care for them. What they've become, I should put that, out there. And so either of these moves, I can't stand these companies, but secretly or not so secretly now, I hope Comcast buys them. Because Disney, I think, would take Fox, whitewash them, forget about FX having anything edgy on it. You're not going to have, things like It's Always Sunny. You're not going to be able to do anything, and maybe Comcast is the better chance.
Maybe.
Oh God, I hope you're. I hope that happens then, because I really like FX's content.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Taboo and Legion in particular. So I don't know if you've seen Taboo, but
excuse me.
Yeah, and I mean the Americans, right? Isn't that FX?
Yep. Well, that's over with though now.
Right, but still, I mean, that kind of show. And of course,
Fargo.
Philadelphia is a fucking, if you want this boy's hole, you have to pay the toll troll.
Always Sunny? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We used to do sound bites for the show, and I got all my Dennis sound bites from that show.
Oh man, it's a great show.
Yeah.
Charlie is a brilliant writer. His songs, his musical parodies are fucking amazing.
Yeah, he was really bad. To digress here. I saw
jokes in that show. So
yeah, I saw Hotel Artemis, and I was wondering what Charlie Day was doing in this movie, because it was kind of like, do we really need his character here?
They probably thought it would bring people in. I don't know. I didn't see the movie. I
didn't see it.
It was weird. It was just very weird. That's all.
Does anybody get to see Incredibles 2 this weekend?
I am. Yes, I'm going to go and see it.
I'm probably not. I'm pretty busy, but I'll see it probably this next week.
There you go. I'm going to go for Father's Day. Although, I don't know, man. I hope it's great. I'll just leave it at that. We'll see. We're going to review it next week, so we'll check it out. But let's pop over. Okay, enough of the business news. This stuff makes me go to sleep sometimes.
All right. So I was going to say there's a major shakeup at DC Entertainment. Jeff Johns has supposedly stepped down from his executive job to go back to writing scripts again.
So they blamed him for Justice League, just like they blamed, I'm sorry, that other lady. The same thing that's happened to them is happening to Kathleen Kennedy in Star Wars. It's the exact, we talked about it last week. It's like the same exact thing is going on. It's just they had the, well, they're not classy. They're not a classy organization. They fucking blame firing Zack Snyder on his daughter's suicide when they actually fired him before that. But you piece of crap. Yeah.
Wow.
So they waited a few months, and then they this is how it goes in Hollywood. It's always people. It's always been like this. People fail upward, and then they get that cushy job, and then they tell you a year later, you're not doing anything in that cushy job. We told you not to do anything, and you got to go now. So that's what's happening. Jeff Johns he's not Kevin Feige. He's a really nice guy, and that doesn't get you shit in Hollywood.
Yeah.
So.
And he's got very limited very limited writing skills, honestly. So it's best.
Well, I mean, he's very linear. Having him write the Doomsday Clock right now, having him touch Watchmen in any way is kind of wrong. It's not the guy to do it.
The Green Lantern Corps now.
Yeah,
that's
he's
more his style. Yeah, because this,
for the movie Green Lantern Corps.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff Johns writing Watchmen. I'm trying to think of it would be like Tom Clancy writing fucking Clockwork Orange or something like that. That's how much of sense it makes,
Oh dear God.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Well, there's no hope for fucking Watchmen. Forget it.
No, Watchmen is going to be fucking terrible.
I'm not taking up for Johns for the studios or anything, or for Johns, but it seems to me it's kind of like sports and the coaches and the moves that they always have when a team that's in contention gets in the playoffs, and then they go to hell in a handcart, they get rid of the coach. Even though he's built that team and he's working on it, they get rid of him. In Hollywood, they seem to do this when they don't give these people time to build anything. They do the opposite. They let them there forever, like Kathleen Kennedy, and they let them just, kind of blow shit up, and then they'll fix it. Or there's no happy medium there. There's no happy medium where they can let somebody who wants to do well and can do well, they only give them 2 chances. Okay, well, these movies suck. Goodbye. Or they let them linger forever and ruin every franchise on Earth. So, I don't know. It's broken. It needs to be fixed.
Yeah. I mean, I think basically you just described Bad Robot, that they just hang around forever, and their alumni spread out like a goddamn contagion and infect other franchises and bring everything down in flames. Ashes, all fall down.
No, you're absolutely right on that one. Remember when it was Spielberg and his people taking over, and it would it brought Hollywood up, and J.J. Abrams was anointed the next Spielberg when he was not. He's not talented. He can't finish anything. He's a charlatan. He's a snake oil salesman. Sorry, that's what he is. He makes candy coated turds. And now it's his people. You're right. Have gone through all of Hollywood, brought everything down. Warner Brothers has had one of the greatest IPs on the planet and never known what to do with it. They don't even know how to make a Bugs Bunny cartoon anymore. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with them. And it is, Susan, you're right. A correction is coming. And, Doomcock even talked about it in the Canon video. It's like, if we don't fucking protect this shit, and it is important. It's our mythology. Okay. They're going to fucking ruin everything. I mean, and I mean everything.
Yes.
Gary,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Doomcock. Go for it.
I was just going to say, in my video, I called for people. I told them that we have the key to victory in our grasp, and it's such an easy victory. All we fucking have to do to win is stay home. Just stop going to these shitty movies. Just stop it. Just cut it out. If you know it's going to stink, cut it the fuck out until these companies start respecting us and giving us quality by actual writers and not the kids of screenwriters.
But come on, it could be good.
I believe what you're saying because I walk the walk and I talk the talk. I don't go see these fucking movies, okay? They piss me off. I won't go pay my money for them, but there's not enough of us out there because most people, no offense, want mindless entertainment. They do not want to have to engage because most of their work and their life is over engagement. If it's not work where they're super swamped, they've got to take their kids to everything and their sporting events and there's no time. So then they just want something mindless to go to. And, that's part of society. And I don't know if society can be changed. That is a huge, huge mountain to scale.
Well, you get it. The general the GP, the normies, as we like to call them, they run the show. They've always run the show, and they get a lot of hate, especially from our ilk here on YouTube, that they don't deserve because they're just normal folks. And what Star Wars has done in particular, and what Star Trek, did a long time ago, to be honest with you, is they lost the normies. And once you lose the normies, you're fucking done. It's over. And they don't come back. They're not as forgiving. You're going to always have your hardcore base. Star Wars and Star Trek will always have something, but they will never be what they were because of the damage they've done. Doomcock and all of us are trying to stop that. And like, I'm done. Like, I'm not going to another fucking Star Wars movie as long as I live. I don't care. I'm not watching TV for free is one thing. And for one, TV is better. It's a better medium right now. We're getting better storytelling than anything on film. And it's been that way for years. It's time to be real about that. Mr. Robot is better than any fucking movie I've seen. It's
The Expanse, Legion, Counterpart. For fuck's sake, all the good stuff is on television right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need this shit anymore.
I think Dragon Rex actually has an excellent idea. He or she asks, "Who wants a Jar Jar standalone movie?"
You're right. That might be better than. Well, I mean, fuck. We got one. It was called Solo.
I would pay good goddamn money to get Jar Jar back over, fucking Ray or any of this shit. I mean, I did not suffer nearly as much watching Jar Jar as I have watched on this new trilogy.
Graveland says a Jar Jar story. That's what it would be called.
A Jar Jar story. Lisa got my own movie.
Have sex change operations. Poodle.
Oh, progressive Jar Jar. Yes, we'd have.
It's a trans Jar Jar. Oh, yeah. Plenty wampum.
I'd be a JJOC.
Oh, Dipple.
Apple Crow says wrong way to look at it. A good writer, good director, and good effects could make an excellent Jar Jar story.
You're right. I bet you.
Noah Hawley. That's all I'm going to say.
Noah Hawley. Yes, he could. His Dr. Doom movie got kind of shelved today, which kind of sucks. But we saw that coming.
Yeah, we did. We saw that coming for a while.
Trying to let's. Viking Bitch says, "Preach, Gary. I'm done with Star Wars 2." Yeah, it's like, fuck it. I don't care anymore. I just don't care. Do what you want, man. Make it as crappy as you like.
I think if we're going to make these big movies, we need to bring in people that get what they're trying to do. Like you mentioned Noah Hawley. Now, granted, he does television, but television directors and people that are creatives in that medium can overlap into other areas.
He is making a movie.
We need to get him. We need to get Sam Raimi back.
Oh, yeah.
We need to get these good people back and get rid of this absolute shit that's out there.
Oh, yeah. And then that whole great marketing technique of attacking your fans. And yeah, I know people get shitty on the internet. Welcome to the internet. And just shut the hell up and do your job. You're making lots of money. I don't care what people say to you. I mean, just really don't. For one, it's just words. It's on the internet. You can shut it off, whatever you want. Yeah, it's fucking horrible. It's fucking terrible. Guess what? Dennis and I, for our little thing, have heard some horrible things. Okay.
We even said some horrible things to each other too. So.
Oh, I do daily. But yeah, nobody's ever gotten close to what we say to each other, by the way.
Yeah, we have gotten.
Yeah. But do not attack your fans, period. End of story. Ever. It's ridiculous what they're fucking doing. The fucking Chuck Wendig dickhead fucking I see on Twitter all the time. I know he comes out there and it just the show, it gets me so pissed. It would be like one of my employees popping off, and for one, it's up to me. If somebody popped off of my employee and I'm there, I get the guy out. I don't let my employee yell at that dude. That didn't happen. That's actually happened in the shop. So yeah, that's just not a good way to go. As ugly as it's gotten uglier and uglier. And guess what? You just fucked up your IP for good. And just, Disney not saying anything doesn't help. So I don't know. That's just my little rant for that. But that's just not, it's exacerbating the situation. If you have a split fandom anyway, just on the content, and now it's getting where people are still raging about The Last Jedi. I guess they should be thankful that people give a shit enough to still be mad. Yeah, because pretty soon it's not going to be that.
Yeah. I was thinking that the other day. I'm just done with this shit. Listening to the latest attacks and slurs against the fans and, all this racist shit. And I'm just sick to fucking death of it. I don't give a damn about Star Wars anymore. I don't give a damn about the current incarnation of Star Trek. The only thing they can do now is disavow the whole goddamn thing. Just flush it down the toilet, fire the whole goddamn team and say, we fucked up and we're starting over. And that's the only thing that would bring me back to Star Trek. And I can't imagine really giving a damn about Star Wars anymore after this. They have totally not only fucked up narratively, they have fucked up their entire fan relations machine.
It's been something to see. I have to. It was entertaining for a while, and then it just man, this thing is still going. I cannot believe this crap. And yeah, you know what? If Paramount or Viacom or whoever controls Star Trek today, you're absolutely right. If they came out and said, you know what, this one's on us, man. Sorry, I'd be back with Star Trek anyway. I would go, okay, cool. That was nice to hear. I was refreshing. We're a forgiving lot here. Okay, I mean, just say you're sorry and stop attacking the fans.
Well, but it can't exist anymore. That's what I'm saying. They have to yank it. They have to say this thing is not canon. This thing, we disavow it. It's dead. Just ignore it. That would have to be. It can't continue. It can't go on because they have fucked this thing up beyond repair.
It happened in the Kelvin universe. That's all they have to say.
Well, too late. I mean, they already pissed me off so much.
That's already fucked up anyway. So I mean, we can just keep kick it over that way. Gary, you actually mentioned something a little while ago here that plays into one of our stories, believe it or not, or one of our news items here. You were talking about Bugs Bunny and how they kind of messed it up. And Warner Brothers is actually going to there's going to start production on a whole bunch of Looney Tunes shorts and release them over the digital landscape, if you will.
Wow.
It's going to be 2D animation? Not
2D animation, 2D animation with Bugs Bunny, all the original characters and stuff like that, but new animated shorts under the Looney Tunes banner, and they're going to be released across multiple digital platforms, so like YouTube, Hulu, Netflix, all that kind of stuff. They're going to just be releasing them that way.
They're going to be 1 to 6 minute shorts because they want the cartoonists to have their own spin on the cartoons. They want to produce at least 1,000 minutes of this programming. That's their goal.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah. So
But
some good
here's my
news.
Who's voicing them? That's the most important thing.
I think Doomcock should.
Yeah, right
I
on.
think so.
I can do Bugs pretty well.
If someone's rocking my dream boat, my dreams.
Damn, that was pretty good. That was better
Wow.
than the guy who did them after. God, why am I? Dude, I'm getting old.
Mel
What's his name,
Blanc.
Dennis?
Mel Blanc.
Oh,
Yeah, after him.
Okay, I got to go to the doctor now. I've got
Post Mel Blanc.
Yeah.
Oh, Fred Travelleri, Traveltino.
Travellini.
Travellini.
He tried. He did okay, but it was, I guess it was too soon. It didn't work out. But now that some time has passed, if they get the right voice, totally. And they gotta remember that spirit of like, hey, these are for kids, but we're winking at the adults kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
right, exactly.
I have a fear though about these cartoons. Do you think with the tenor and the climate in Hollywood, they're going to become messages?
Like Super Friends.
Yeah.
You mean like the G.I. Joe, hey, what was it, the PSAs they used to have with, I've got a cramp and I'm swimming in water. Just after I ate. What's going on?
Knowing is half the battle.
I'm a rootin' tootin' galoot, but I sure do like gays and trans.
Suffer and succotash. I found a heroin needle on the street.
I am Elmo J. Fudd. I'm a millionaire. I own a mansion and a yacht.
You know, there's nothing wrong with liking cock.
Oh my God.
Wow. Suffer and succotash.
I was waiting
Went
for
a little too far.
Elmer Fudd going, I'm a millionaire, I have a boat, and I like little boys. Yeah.
Well, somebody said in the chat that Pepe Le Pew's gone.
Yeah,
That's How's Your Father?
Great point. My favorite, by the way, because he's a walking Me Too skunk.
Yeah.
But because so you can't. What fucking world do we live in now? I mean, it's like, don't get me started on it.
And Pepe Le Pew was based on a character in Algiers, the character that was named Pepe Le Moco. And he was a criminal that lived in the Casbah in Algiers. And they just basically took, Pepe Le Pew instead of Pepe Le Moco. And even the character, Pepe Le Moco, had a white stripe in his hair. So, I mean, it was a direct tribute to their own movie. It was a Warner Brothers film.
That's see, that is good knowledge. Yeah, I'm gotta look at that. Pepe Le Moco.
Pepe Le Moco. It was in Algiers.
Star Fury. So Lucifer got renewed. No thanks to the dude here. Yeah, we didn't promote it because we never didn't watch it. I'm sorry. So
I mean, sorry. My wife loves it. How's that sound?
Yeah.
She's is that him right there? I can't tell.
There were two versions. There was one version with Charles Boyer as the character, but there was, I think, the earlier one. Pepe Le Moco. Just look for Algiers. You'll see it.
Algiers. I'll find it. I'm just a crappy speller. That's all. Algiers. We just keep bringing up Pepe Le Pew. I'll find it later. You guys keep talking amongst yourselves. That's awesome. That's a great story. I fucking love this character.
I'm pulling it up right now. Can I
see? I'm just
send
hoping
you a
they
link.
Message it to me on Twitter.
Yeah.
I hope they bring back Foghorn Leghorn with the I say, she's about as sharp as a sack full of wet mice.
Oh my God. I freaking love those.
And he'll be misogynistic.
Dude, totally. But when the doctor was chasing, was it Bugs Bunny, and they snuffed the ether, and they're like, hey, Mr. Rabbit. And they're all like tripping. That was the funniest shit. And, the monsters say the most interesting thing.
Doodah, doodah. Oh, doodah day. I say, boy.
Oh God. Yeah.
Pepelemoko.
Now Mako is saying Pepe Le Moco isn't a cartoon. It's a movie from 1937.
Ah.
There you go. And here's the link.
She kind of reminds me of Paul Revere's Ride. A little.
Oh yes, yes. The Charles Boyer version was called Algiers, and then I think the older one was called Pepe Le Moco. But you can see, if you can get a still of the actor in that one, he's got a white stripe through his hair.
That's awesome. I'm looking for that, right? And Viking Bitch, by the way, we're doing 12 Monkeys tomorrow, I think.
Oh, that's right. Almost forgot about that. I got more stuff.
There's Algiers. I found the poster.
Wow.
Because Pepe Le Pew was always saying, Come with me to the Casbah.
The Casbah.
Yeah.
My little desert flower.
Mwah, mwah.
Richard Frost has a good question here in the chat. Would fans of The Expanse love to see the show in a rented big screen cinema each week if Alcon Prime approved live screenings for Prime members and pay cinema extra % for rental?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
They do that with Doctor Who all the time. And I would like a finale or something like that and run it through Fathom or something. And yes, hell yes, I would pay money. I think they're going to find out they have a much larger fan base than they even think they have, especially when it hits Amazon and more people can see it. But I know a ton of people watch The Expanse now, and the response. I mean, Doomcock, you saw it on Twitter and on YouTube, was amazing.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of
great show, and it's a hell of a community that has sprung up around it. Really fans of great programming. It really does. It's the best show on TV, in my opinion, at this moment.
Yep.
Although Legion is right up there. I mean, that thing is mind blowing. That's a work of art, really. I'd say that's the best work of art on the air. Expanse is the best TV show.
Yeah, for Legion, I would love to see Legion in a movie theater, especially like a Dolby Atmos theater, because of the sound and the picture. I think it would just be freaking mind blowing. Because right now, FX doesn't broadcast this thing in Dolby Digital.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird. I mean, I have a 7.2 surround sound system. Everyone's probably heard this already before, but I hear the sound. It sounds really good, but it could be so much better.
Wouldn't it be great if they would rent out a theater and do like a binge of, season 2 of Legion or something like that? A show that has maybe 8 episodes or whatever. Just go ahead and show them all. I'd go.
Oh, hell yeah. I'd pay good money. Take my money, please, Alcon. Maybe that's, I was kind of hoping they'd be doing something at Comic-Con, something special. I wanted to shout out to anybody who's going to Comic-Con. Let's do a meetup down there. Something. I mean, let's get the Expanse fans together. We kind of found each other through this thing. Let's keep it up. It's kind of fun. So
Movie Shinobi says he'd watch us Nerdrotic at Fathom Entertainment.
Hey,
that'd be interesting.
There you go. We can do our calendar. Oh, I don't think Doomcock knows about the calendar. They wanted it. Okay. Yeah. No. This is this was on. Okay. So when you do a live stream, when you're by yourself, when I'm by myself, you get into like, I start forgetting what I'm saying and I just start babbling and it turns into cosplay calendar. Dennis and Doomcock and myself naked doing a calendar replaying certain scenes from movies. I don't know how it got there. But then people wanted to start like crowdfunding this shit. I'm like, whoa. So when you see Fig Leaf,
I'm shooting it.
And this is why we need to have him supervised pretty much all the time when he's on the air.
Yeah, I have no control what flows out of this pie hole once it gets past 2 hours. So sorry guys. Oh man. Spaceship.
Pretty weird.
Yeah, really weird.
Susan's volunteering to shoot it. Yeah.
I will.
Well, you'd have to be a method director and take them off too, because I don't feel comfortable being exposed alone.
When in Rome.
Wow.
Something like that. I don't know.
Exposed alone too.
Exposed alone too.
Macaulay Culkin holding his hands up.
Is that the
down here
version?
going woo. Sorry, not up here.
Wow, Dennis, Mako has an idea for you. You need to read it.
Mako says Dennis naked in a bathtub covered in coconut milk with an innocent look on his face. So Doomcock, you probably haven't gotten this part, but for a while there during the Westworld recaps, I was drinking coconut milk. And at one point we found out that some of the hosts were leaking cortical fluid, which looks like coconut milk. It's this white fluid.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And they can get it re-injected back into them because they start losing cognitive abilities and all this kind of stuff. and so they can get it re-injected back into them. So that's where this all came from, is that I'm a host and I'm refilling my cortical fluid by drinking this coconut
You're
milk.
restocking, yeah. Well, that's good to
It
know.
wasn't B3 from Ash versus Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Exposed Alone 2, Lost in Doomcock.
Wow.
Thanks, Metal Monkey.
Mike Krychek says Exposed Alone 2, Electric Boogaloo. Always a classic.
Always a classic.
I like Dick Diggler. I like Doomcock Diggler, whatever that was. That was
Doomcock
funny.
Diggler, yes.
I love that movie. God, I love that movie.
That's a great movie. That's one of the best openings ever.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking idiot. I'm an idiot.
Random Game User 42 says, Viking Bitch, I'm pretty sure we can get Harvey in a Santa hat. Will that do?
That'll cost you extra. That kind of action.
This calendar thing could become very real.
Oh, it is. We already kind of have resigned to that fact.
Yeah.
It's happening. We have no control over it.
As Doomcock knows, when you get on, some shit rolls out of your mouth. It's out of your control after that.
I blame
made.
I guess I'll find that out when I start doing some live stuff, if I can get that together.
I think
anytime you need help or anything, I could help. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to do, to just sit and talk to people for 3 hours. It's great.
I'll get in big trouble. I'll just open my fucking mouth.
That's why we have the wonderful, you can delete your live stream when you're done. I haven't had to do that yet, but it's there.
I think we found our tagline for the shirt. I blame Gary.
That's my wife's line.
Yeah. Starfury G7 says, so will Amazon be adding money to the Expanses budget, or will it remain the same or be less than what Sci-Fi was spending on the show? Well, since Sci-Fi wasn't spending any money on the show, it was actually the production company that was doing this. That's why Sci-Fi didn't have any money in it. And what was it? We said it was like $2.3 million an episode, something like that.
Yep. Well, it depends. I don't know the parameters of the deal. Belinda would know. And no, I don't think anybody. I did ask her at one point, and nobody knows if Alcon still even owns the IP, or if Amazon bought the IP outright, which is a possibility. I don't know for sure. Then I guess they would get a lot more budget. I think they're getting more money. I would think so.
I just thank fucking God.
Yeah.
I thank God that Star Trek Discovery did not get a hold of the props and the fucking sets, because that was the fucking that was the red hot butter knife right up the ass.
That was that was a knife twist I did not fucking need.
When I heard that, I hit the fucking roof. That was it. That's
I saw your tweet. That was an epic meltdown, and I felt the same way.
Yeah.
Come on, you could have seen the Rossi with torches on board.
And sonar.
And sonar, that's right. And you could have had a Klingon riding outside of it, like yeehaw, kind of like Slim Pickens.
Or the Klingons talking in their makeup.
There it is, nuclear combat toe to toe with the Klingorks.
Who all sounded like this with their. By the way, that's exactly what it sounded like. That was a perfect Klingon impression from Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah.
Fucking sucked. They had 3 inches of makeup on. They were trying to speak Klingon, and the actors, like, I don't know if they even knew the language. I mean, I've seen people at cons speak it better. I don't know. Whatever.
Klingonese.
They know the language. The fucking writers don't even know English, for God's sake.
I know, right?
Klingon. What the fuck?
Oh,
wow.
I remember when Klingon sounded like John Colicos, on Errand of Mercy.
Smile and smile. I do not trust men who smile too much.
Oh,
You, Barella, you're the man.
Did I call the Enterprise a garbage scout? No, I said it should be hauled away as garbage.
Laddie, do you mind repeating that? You're right. I should.
Random Game User 42 says, End Simulation is a perfect example of the kind of stuff that makes it to air on STD.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. A typo on their fucking graphic. Their fucking computer can't even spell. Jesus.
I didn't even read that. Simultation.
Simultation. Yeah. How about you fucking plug Reading Rainbow into the library computer, you stupid fucks?
Yeah, they could have
Jordy come on and talk to you about the joys of fucking reading.
I didn't catch that. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. It's hard to speak Klingon with a mouthful of shit. Oh man.
Yeah. And that fucking tofu bar. Goddamn tofu bar, the head of their goddamn empire. Can you imagine these stupid fucks like actually having any kind of engineering manual at all? I mean, that language, I mean, you've got to know how to do math. You've got to, you know, where's the math guys? Where's the guys with glasses that, you know, you want a cloaking device? Okay, well, I'm going to have to get out my slide rule. And, you know, there's no fucking science there. What the fuck are they talking about?
No, that was yeah. There was no Klingon nerds at all.
YouTube vlog life. Orville is going to be starting in the fall. I believe they said September, if I'm not mistaken.
September, it comes back.
Yeah,
good.
I
really hope that they don't fuck with it too much. I hope that they keep it more or less the same.
Well, the last episode of the first season is going to be tacked onto the beginning of the second season.
Oh,
okay, so that means at least that one episode won't be fucked with, but I totally know what you're talking about, Doomcock.
Yeah.
When something gets even a little popular now, we get all these grubby little hands and they're just everything, agendas and all kinds of bullshit.
Well, it's Seth, and Seth is used to Fox, and he's kind of like a god there. So if they try to interfere, he knows what to do with them to get them to like misdirection, to get them to focus on something else so he gets to keep the good bits. I don't think he's going to let them interfere. He's very hands-on, and I think the Orville, I'm hoping it doesn't suffer from the sophomore slump.
Well, I actually, Susan, my fear is actually from McFarlane because, as we know, he's a great Star Trek fan. And he's made certain statements that made me a little nervous. I think that I'm worried that he may pull back on the comedy a bit and actually try to make it more straightforward science fiction. And I think that that would be a mistake. I mean, God knows I love straightforward science fiction. I love Star Trek, but the Orville is the Orville, and he's got it right. And I hope he doesn't second guess himself.
I hope he doesn't, because he's doing Cosmos too. Let that feed his inner science geek, you know, the truth. I don't want to say that there isn't truth in science fiction, but have that, hopefully that will feed him in that respect. So then he will keep the Orville the way that it is. I'm hoping that's what happens.
Yeah, because it's a beautiful thing as it is.
Oh, it is.
Doomcock, Mike Krychek says it's hard to do math by torchlight.
Yeah. Yeah. It really is. It really is, you know. Jesus Christ.
Movie Finobi. Yeah. So I work at a company that makes flamethrowers, and right now they're on the secondary market. They're going for like 10 grand, so I can't get one. But I fucking promise you guys, if I'm able to get one, I will buy Star Trek Discovery. I'll pay good money to get the Blu-ray, and I will fucking burn it with a flamethrower. I promise you.
Beautiful.
I want to get my hands on a flamethrower anyway. Don't tell Melissa, my wife. But yeah.
I would love to do live commentary as it burns. You know, have and we are live.
Howard Cosell here. We are going to watch a wonderful event.
We can get like Eddie Money or something like that to sing the national anthem as it's happening, you know, by the rocket's red glare, that kind of thing, as it burns up. And
get Roseanne to do it.
Yeah,
even better.
Yeah, she needs work.
She could throw in a couple of racist remarks too while she's at it, just
God, no.
You know, on the off chance, you know.
Yeah, you know,
Ambien.
Yeah, hey, that's the greatest thing the San Diego Padres have to offer to the world was Roseanne's fucking Star Spangled Banner. It's the only thing they've done.
It took balls, it took balls.
Yeah,
It did.
Oh God, people.
At least she knew the words, unlike Trump.
Yeah, she knew the words.
Know the words. Oh, was America the Beautiful? Right?
It was that. Yeah, I don't know. That's a better song, actually. It's better than the actual national anthem, I thought. Galaxy Quest series, not without Alan Rickman, Jody.
Yeah.
I don't think I just say just shelve it at this point.
They are talking about doing like a comic version of it. I would rather see that happen.
Yeah. You can do comic. That's what's great about comics. You can do comic anything. The Bubba Hotep comic was good. It was really good. I can't wait we're going to review that when we do the Bubba Hotep thing. Man, that was a movie for nobody. That's right. Flame up that fucking STD.
Yeah.
I hate it when they flare up, though. I really do. It's itchy.
Mako says the Orville is the Galaxy Quest series.
It kind of is.
It kind of is. But, I always thought that what I wanted to see? I wanted to see a Galaxy Quest series shot on cheap video, the 70s episodes. I would have liked to see, like, from a time vault, we found the 70s episodes of Galaxy Quest and see them. That would have been cool. That would have been
that would have been
cool
amazing.
TV every fucking week. That's what they should do.
That's a great idea. Oh my, that would fucking be amazing.
And shoot it in the 2:3 aspect ratio.
2:3 everything. I mean, find the actual cameras and shoot it on. Yeah, don't do it in post. Like, shoot it. I mean, that still exists. Yeah, that would be great.
I mean, they had the episodes in the movie, the clips. They looked like that.
Yeah,
I mean, it looked like, and that's what they should do.
That would be great. And that reminds me of that Black Mirror episode too. That when they that was good. Yes, Callister.
That's brilliant, Doomcock. You need to go pitch that.
Yeah.
Actually,
I would run the show like a motherfucker. I have done some writing of I don't want to give away anything, but I have written professionally in the past. Let me say that.
We have without I mean, because I have no idea, folks. Doomcock is Doomcock. Okay, he's got Harvey Cthulhu and all that stuff. That shit's real. Okay,
that's exactly correct.
Yes,
but I ghost wrote it. Basically, I had a beard. Got myself a Maury Sorrell. Maury Sorrell, whatever his name. What was it? Maury Amsterdam. Buddy Sorrell.
Yeah. We were speculating though if you did like fan fiction on the side or anything, so that does explain all that.
No, it wasn't fan fiction.
Hell no.
Sorry, Zathros. Yes, you're right. 4:3, not 2:3.
God, it would be so good because you'd play with the tropes, in its native environment, and the effects need to be cheap, need to be like Doctor Who, like 70s effects. And have it be cheesy, have it be lovingly cheesy though, but also meta. We're really getting that sense of humor in every episode as well, and making it authentic and building the characters at the same time. I think that would be fantastic.
That's genius.
I love this.
Oh my God, that would make it.
I would love to.
Then okay, if you could do that, then yeah, bring it back. Fuck yeah, if you did it Doomcock's way.
I want to produce this bitch.
I want to write it and showrun it. Let's do it.
Let's do this.
Movie Funobi says at Doomcock could be a villain in the old Galaxy Quest episodes.
Yes, of course. I could make like Hitchcock appearing and ranting, "Damn you, you and that goddamn infinity and beyond shit." Oh, that's sorry. God damn it. No, what was it he said?
I forgot. What did he think? Come on. That was Alan Rickman.
Never give up. Never surrender.
Yeah.
What are you reading from Roget's? That means the same thing. Damn you.
Somebody actually put that in a meme today, like a serious meme today on Facebook. Never give up. And I wanted to write down in the comments, "Never surrender." And I'm like, no, I can't do it because it's a serious. And I don't want to be that asshole.
But it would be great. It would be a great show. God, that would be so. Can you imagine what a hit that would be, and how cheap you could do it? Legitimately cheap, because the effects are cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would just that way you'd be able to afford the real actors at that point.
Right.
I think that's a really good idea. I think that should be pitched. I really do. I'd watch the hell out of that. Of course, you'd have to pitch it to an Amazon or a Netflix, but that's kind of where you want to pitch everything these days.
Yeah.
They have God's money right now.
That is
I know how
definitely
it
not
would work.
network.
No, they're idiots.
Oh God, Apple Crow just says no one wants to buy my Trek remake with a banana-powered drive and Kirk's adopted son.
Yeah, banana. Yeah, well, Kirk, a phallic symbol of propulsion, banana powered. Does it leave peels in its wake,
Yeah, it makes other. What they do is they kind of cut off other ships and they slip out in their wake.
Yeah,
peels,
with a comic sound effect.
That still makes
That's how the drive should sound.
Early from the Stooges.
That's right. They got no. Shut up.
Why you Iota?
Hey, come on.
Oh my God. Random game user
Potassium drive.
Potassium drive.
Potassium drive.
Random game user says, I have a Trek spin-off idea. It takes place on Riza and is a cross between Fantasy Island and Love Boat.
Oh,
That'd be great.
That would be great. It'd be better than STD, but everything would.
Jonathan Frakes play the Ricardo Montalban part, please.
Oh God.
Welcome to Rice Island. Find
sheep,
real
the
sheep
sheep.
leather.
The transporter.
But the transporter. Yes, tattoo.
Peter Dinklage would play Tattoo. Yeah, no. I guess is that two on the nose? Sorry.
Please take these seats in this fine Corinthian leather.
Dinklage would probably do it.
From his heart I stab at thee. For hate's sake, I speak in my last breath.
Wow, we've gone way off the rails.
Yeah.
Speaking of banana peels.
God! Sorry. No.
Yeah.
Fucking love that movie. That movie,
I love that
especially
movie.
after like that long, boring mess we had. To see a nice hour and 45-minute ass kicking romp was 82, 83, 84 were so great for movie. 81, 82, 83, 84 were so great for movies. I was at a perfect age.
86. About 86. That's there's a good chunk of movies in there. And I was just watching Airplane 2, the sequel, and Shatner again. He's so good in that.
Shatner doing what he does best.
Oh God, he was just chewing scenery like he normally does, but they were just kind of like going, you know what? We don't think you're over the top enough. Can you ramp it up a little bit more? And he was like, sure, I could do this. Sure, why not? Oh,
Top
man.
Secrets. I love it. Airplane and Airplane 2 are great.
Yeah.
But Top Secret is my favorite.
Top Secret's
fucking
awesome.
love Top Secret.
It was great.
It's
I
almost
don't
like
care
we're
if Shatner's 86 or 87. I would marry him today.
Shit, me too. Especially at 87, I wouldn't have to stay married to him that long. But
oh man.
Don't have to put out, huh?
Yeah, just for a couple of years, maybe.
Well, reel him in with the fucking calendar.
There you go. There you go.
Is it too soon to mention elder abuse?
No, yeah, I don't even want to bring that up. Yeah.
Gary.
Yeah.
Gary, I saw the calendar and I really enjoyed it. I felt that it was hot.
I'm getting slightly turned on here, Doomcock.
Wow. She's gonna start giving you her 1-900 voice there in a minute.
Yeah. Oh, we got to get that before we go. That's what you're staying tuned for.
Susan. I've heard great things about you, and I hope that I'll learn more before the evening's through.
Oh my
Spock.
god.
Spock, come here. Yes, Jim. Look at her. Look at her with the glasses. Yes. Yes, I see her. What do you think, Spock? I think nothing, Captain. I think you're a horn dog. As you were.
I tried shoving a wiener in the water tonight, but it didn't go a bit good. By the by, would you have a wee bit of mustard out there on the bridge?
Remember what Uhura says in that? Remember what Uhura says? That Star Trek and
Star Trek, yeah, Star Trek.
God.
well, I think we took a shellacking out here. Remember?
Yeah.
That was a hilarious comedy bit.
Yes.
What
Star
was?
Trek.
When did that come out? That came out in the 70s on Dr. Demento, right?
Dr. Demento, late 70s, early 80s. It was on the I'm gonna look up who did it again. Star Trek. Oh.
And then Star Trekking across the universe, Star Trekking along with Captain Kirk. It's like
We come in peace, shoot to kill, shoot to kill, shoot to kill. We come in peace, shoot to kill, shoot to kill, Spock.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, Star Trek by Bobby Pickett and Peter Ferreira. Look it up on YouTube. I don't know how funny it is now, but that shit kept me laughing for 10 years. I was 16 at the time and smoked a lot of pot. So there you go. But Dr. Demento.
yeah.
Yeah, see, I still like their whole stint on Futurama. That whole Star Trek episode. Especially Nichelle Nichols when she goes, "You think it's tough? I had to kiss Shatner."
Wow.
Well, gee, you know, I'm a big fan of the original series, and I read a 3-volume, 1,600-page series about these are the voyages, about their reminiscences and analyzing the scripts and the development and so on. And everyone at the time admitted that Shatner was exactly like Captain Kirk. They hated him for stealing scenes and so on, but they had to admit that the guy is Captain Kirk, and a really charming guy. And I remember a story where Uhura, Nichelle Nichols, she had the flu, and during one scene, she actually started to collapse on the bridge, and Shatner actually vaulted over the rail and caught her before she could fall. So, oh, Captain, my Captain, God damn it.
Yeah.
Good night, Apple Crow.
Good night, Apple Crow.
He says, "Hail Doomcock, hail Nerdrotic, call me Susan."
Okay, Susan, good night.
I think Shatner now, he has a better sense of humor about himself. I think during the Star Trek years, he took himself a bit seriously. And I think living in his truck after the series ended is kind of what started him to not take himself so seriously.
Yeah, I think that's true. As an artist, he did, but he always did have a hell of a sense of humor, though. I mean, he was very funny on the set of Star Trek, and really took a leadership role and kept things light, even though the pressure of the shooting was intense.
Well, I just liked when he got really cantankerous later on. Probably into the late 70s, early 80s, he was really cantankerous about people calling him Captain Kirk and all that stuff. Yeah. And then when he finally owned it, you could tell he did. It was that whole Saturday Night Live episode where he's playing, on the convention.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, and John Lovitz has the ears on there, the Spock ears. Yeah. Have you ever kissed a girl? And he kind of looks down. He's like, "Oh,
I didn't think so."
And yeah, he's just going off on this complete rant, just shaming everybody. And finally, he comes back and goes, "I'm sorry, folks. That was my impression of the evil Captain Kirk from the Mirror Universe."
Yeah.
No,
get alive.
Yeah, get alive. We talked about it. Like when he owned it, that's what so many actors, David Duchovny, when he bailed X-Files the first time, and that whole typecast bullshit. It's like, guys, I mean, I know you the art, blah blah blah, whatever. You have a job forever, like forever, and so many people turn that down. Like, Christopher Eccleston, Doctor Who. Well, they got 1 year of that guy. He was, and I would have loved to have 5 years. I mean, we've got David Tennant, but like guys like that, like shit, it's like, be smart, people, and Eccleston hasn't done shit since. Sorry. He's a bad guy in a Thor movie.
Yeah, he actually mentioned that he had gotten blacklisted after that whole thing when he ended that, and he couldn't get any work in the BBC, and then he also couldn't go to the States because of something that was going on with the visa stuff. So he couldn't work really. So yeah, he was kind of screwed.
And it sucks. At least there's ITV over there now, but the BBC still overlord over there.
Yeah. And and also Bruce Campbell had that too for a long time. He was, he always would sign Bruce, don't call me Ash, Campbell in his signatures when he would do autographs and things like that.
That's ungrateful and it's ungracious.
Yeah,
he got over that. I mean, he did that for about 10 years, then he got over it, and he embraced the character and realized, you know what? There's a lot of money to be made here.
You are Ash, and and we got 3 good seasons of a show I never thought we'd see. So I'm glad he embraced it. But yeah, that's why I try to stay off Twitter. Because I'll hate everybody I follow, every comic I read, especially comics, Star Wars actors. I'll hate them all, and that's why I just stay the hell off and don't listen to them and just see them for their art. That's why I used to love Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford used to never give interviews, and he was amazing. And then he started talking to people, and you're like,
oh yeah, that's why.
Yeah,
He had the charisma of a dead haddock.
Yeah, you found out that was just there's an empty box right there, empty head right there. Sorry.
Yeah, if you put your ear up against his, you can hear the sound of the ocean.
Oh yeah. Oh God, I'll tell you. Someday I'll tell you a back channel like Melissa's uncle flies with him.
Oh wow.
Says he's not.
Wow. Yeah, that's probably a scary experience.
Yeah. There's a reason he's crashed a couple times. What was
I say? Yeah, you probably want to wear diapers.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
See a pothead?
Yes,
there's that too. Yeah,
that's well known. So, but there's just like some people are like really good at things, and some people can afford to do things that they might not be particularly good at, but they can do. I mean, like shit. I could play tennis all day long. I will never fucking get good at it, but And the same goes for flying. Sometimes you have skill for it, and sometimes you don't.
Right.
It's nothing bad, but he continues to do it. Good for him.
Hey, Doomcock. Mako asks, what's Doomcock's opinion on Enterprise, and can we expect a Star Trek series review/analysis, like 30-minute videos and such?
Of what? Enterprise?
Enterprise, yeah.
Well, I wasn't very fond of Enterprise. I knew instantly. Look, here's the problem with Enterprise. The problem with Enterprise is the problem with First Contact, which is basically the Vulcans were all over space before we even got there. So that is a shit premise. That is a terrible, terrible premise for a show. Because, now Enterprise has to come following that, and they get to boldly go where Vulcans have always gone before. And what fucking fun is that? And in the first pilot episode, what does the Enterprise do? They go to the Klingon homeworld to take some Klingons back, as I recall, Broken Bow. And it's like, once you've gone to the Klingon homeworld on your first episode, there's really nothing much out there, is there? I mean, what
the Romulans maybe.
It's just too boring. It was too safe. It should have been, well, we don't have any contact with anybody. We're just going out there. We have no fucking idea what's going to be out there. That would have been exciting.
Hell
the
yeah.
first time we get to meet the Vulcans, the first time we get to meet the Klingons, and they're not running through a fucking cornfield in Iowa, for Christ's sakes. I mean, come on. Jesus Christ. So why watch that? And also from the design and the costumes, the sets, it wasn't a prequel. Enterprise, it wasn't going to lead to Kirk's Enterprise. So I just got kind of bored with it, honestly. I started watching again when Kodo came on in season 4, and I thought they did some great stuff there. Too little, too late, though.
Ahmed E says Doomcock is wrong. Vulcans were isolationists, if I can say it, and were not interested in exploration prior to joining the Federation.
And yet, they know everything that's out there somehow. They're watching Earth and saying, we'll see how these humans deal with this, and passing judgment. And T'Pol is there, watching and evaluating. And it's like, come on, man. That's so boring.
And if I remember,
prequels are boring, dude. It's what you said in your video, Doomcock. And the reason they're doing prequels is so they can, because the old canon is problematic. We'll just go there. It's problematic. It doesn't fit to certain narratives of 2018. So what they're trying to do is shoehorn this shit into old. That's the only reason they're doing prequels, and because it made some money for the Star Wars universe. Star Trek's reason for doing prequels is to fix the problematic canon and kind of, I think, actually get rid of the old Star Trek fan base. I think they see them as a problem. As more than, which makes no sense to me, but I've been trying to work out in my head why they would do prequels. It makes no sense. Just go in the future. You can do whatever the fuck you want after that. You can write all the canon you want at that point.
Yeah.
I don't get it, but I think that's what they're trying to do. And they're trying to make Mikey Spock better than Kirk, period. That's the only thing I got out of season 1 of Star Trek Discovery is Mikey Spock did everything better.
Yeah. And better than Spock too.
And better than Spock. Yeah.
Including being loved by Sarek more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything you do, I can do better.
Oh, that speech he makes at the fucking end is so cringeworthy. He's like, "You're bold, honesty, and you're loving of people," whatever the fuck it was. God, it made my fucking ears bleed. I was so pissed after that. And they put it in that trailer. They did a trailer about a month ago, a preview trailer. And oh my God, I was going to send this to you, Doomcock, but I didn't want your head to explode. So the trailer is basically you're recapping some Star Trek Discovery stuff, and it's Sarek giving that speech, which it sounds like a narcissist writes for himself, like your bold vision and your compassion and blah blah blah. So Sarek's speaking over that, and then they mix in sound bites from Spock and Pike, and it's both like failure sound bites. It's like it's with Spock's soundbite is like, "You never had love for me," or something up to Sarek, and then Captain Pike was like, "I keep failing," then Mikey Spock's soundbite is like, "You're wonderful." It's oh my God, you guys, it's like season 2 is going to be a fucking garbage fire, just like
I think it's going to be even worse because it's going to be directly insulting. Ah, God.
Movie Finobi says Doomcock's throwback movie review series. This week, Desperately Seeking Susan. Next week, Glass is optional.
Hey.
Doomcock's retro movie reviews. Well, yeah, I should probably do some of that.
Yeah, I think I would love to see that.
Well, I do. Yeah, I do that on Patreon, actually. I had a whole bunch of new signups this past week. And as a gift, I am doing a DVD commentary on Star Trek Wrath of Khan.
Oh,
nice.
I threw it open to vote on it. And so, yeah. And before that, I did a DVD commentary on the Doomsday Machine. So, yeah, I'm kind of revisiting the old classics. I did one on Blade Runner. That was really one of my best ones, I thought, because I really love that.
This is a good mashup. Ed Brewer says Transporter Room number 3. I'm going to change it to Transporter Booth number 3.
Oh my God.
Susan knows what I'm talking about. Say that again. Sorry, I was talking over you there. Susan?
No, I just said sign me up. Who is in Transporter Booth 3? I want to know now.
All right, we got to start wrapping things up, folks.
Yeah.
I got to work tomorrow. It's been, yeah, I
an
know
epic length odyssey.
it has been an epic lake, and I have not laughed this hard in a long time.
Yeah.
So that's been fucking awesome. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as well, and they have. We've had a pretty consistent amount of viewers, so not bad for a live stream. We've had up to like 80 something tonight, so that's pretty good. Pretty good. Thanks for everybody for sticking with us, and thank you to Doomcock for coming tonight. That was fucking awesome.
You are most welcome, sir. I had a great time.
And thank you to Susan too. I mean, as always, and you need to actually. I think you need to do the voice, Susan. I'm sorry.
Oh, you want me to do the voice? What do you want me to say,
You
baby?
can be the background of the Patreon. Yeah.
I don't know. Doomcock, you actually go for it there. What do you want?
Oh, anything that she wants to say, I'll listen.
You just talk to me, Daddy. I'm here for you.
That was wonderful. Usually I have to go to Orion to get that kind of magic. Kind of magic.
Oh man.
Nico, that's right, sweetie. It is $9.99 per minute.
I gotta go. $9.99 a minute. Spock. That does seem inflated, Captain. Damn it, Jim! I'm a doctor, not a bank.
I'm a doctor, not a scriptwriter.
Captain, something's gonna blow. I don't think it's a warp engine. Something's about to blow.
Those were our wonderful and talented and sexy patrons. Patreon.com/Nerdrotic.
Oh, that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the Nerdrotic channel.
Yeah, ooh, we got to record that later. I need a new one. I just got my kid doing it, so that's not sexy.
I don't always watch the internet, but when I do, I prefer neurotic. Stay horny, my friends.
Stay horny.
Oh God!
Will Doomcock be joining us again? I'm thankful he stayed with us. I'm not sure after this, but he stayed the whole time. I'm really happy.
It was too much fun. Having too much fun.
Oh, fuck yeah, that was great. All right. So, okay, usually we thank everybody in the chat. We can't do that tonight. There's too many. We love you. Okay, we love you.
Can I just can I talk just a little bit about just real quick about Dana DiLorenzo?
Yes, of course.
Okay. For those of you that were fans of Ash versus Evil Dead and Dana as Kelly Maxwell, her mother Phyllis passed away after a long illness to cancer. Basically, there's some charitable funds for her in memoriam if you were a fan and you'd like to show support for Dana and her family. There are some charities to give to, and there's a link out on Twitter as well as on Facebook. You can check Dana's Twitter and her Facebook for the links. The charities are the elephants. Let me look at this correctly. It's the David Sheldrick Wildlife Trust, and that's one of them. And then there are some others too. No Kid Hungry, which was very big on the Food Network. And if you go to her Facebook and her Twitter, you can read about that. And also my pals at Ghost Girl Greetings, that do greeting cards for all sorts of horror and sci-fi characters. They're doing Doctor Who. They've done Ash versus Evil Dead. They are willing, if you screenshot your donation and drop it in a comment on a tweet, they are willing to do like a raffle where you can win the last autographed Kelly Maxwell card, so you can get something personal from Dana. You'll receive a Ghost Speeders print, and you'll receive 3 of their Ash versus Evil Dead cards. And I have them, and they're literally great works of art that you can frame or you can give them to people. That's something that can be done. And on Twitter, they are at Ghost Girl Greetings, GRTNGS. So if you liked Dana, you like the show, and you feel like you want to give her support through this difficult time, because I will say that Dana was very good to the fans at Ash versus Evil Dead. She would come tweet with us on Sundays. And, my last conversation with her, I'm very proud to say that I know her. She's one of the good humans out there. So anything that you can do, even if it's retweeting this message or sharing it on Facebook, that would be really, really great. So, and thanks guys for letting me just bring that up.
No problem.
Hey,
no problem. We've all been hit by cancer and stuff. I've been hitting my family. Dennis,
I have too.
Yep. Dennis. We will have all those links at nerdrotic.com. So if you go to nerdrotic.com and look on the right hand side, in about a half an hour, all that stuff will be there that you can link to if you want to check any of it out. And also that's where all our podcasts are in our schedule. Doomcock, would you like to plug your wares, sir?
Well, I've got my Patreon site at patreon.com/Doomcock. We have a lot of exclusive content there. I do a podcast, a weekly podcast, Rumblings from the Lair. Harvey has his own podcast that he does bi-monthly, live DVD commentary and so on, different levels of contribution. So, feel free to stop by and support Doomcock if you like the kind of stuff I do. And there's the Trek Acres theme song. And then I also have some merch at zazzle.com/DVD_shop_a_Rama. But if you just search for Doomcock, I'm sure it'll turn up. So t-shirts and mugs and things like that. But basically Patreon is the best thing that I push. And thank you for that plug.
Absolutely. No, my pleasure. Thanks for coming on. And again, those links will be in the description for this video. Okay. All those links. And Susan.
Yes. As always, guys, you can catch me on Twitter at Susan on the Ledge, and also on Facebook. You can find my work at 1428 Elm. And I'm also there. Well, I'm working with somebody right now, and there's a very good chance that I will be featured on another site as well. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. And you can read my Brockmire reviews on TV Series Hub, and I may be doing an interview with Charles from that show coming up. So stay tuned.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Susan. Yeah, $1428elm.com. Please check it out. I cannot talk anymore. Dennis and I are on Twitter at Nerdrotics at DeForest, and nerdrotic.com. Again, you know where to find all our stuff. If you have liked what you see, please like, share, and subscribe. Please also do that for Doomcock. We want to get him. Listen, seriously, by Monday, 4,000. Okay.
Yes.
If you guys need. Listen, it's easy to make a Gmail account. You know what I'm saying? But we want it to be real. He's gonna get there. Listen, Doomcock's gonna pass. He's gonna be at 100K someday. I'm not even kidding. I'm nice. It's nice that he's talking to us now before he gets big time. So that's cool. Now listen. I think people know we're seeing something cool on its way up. So it's kind of fun.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
I mean it. And you're so welcome. And Dennis and Susan, great job as always. And you in the chat, you guys make the show. Okay. You straight up make the show. We have the best chat on YouTube. This is a great community. Can't wait for Doomcock to start doing live streams. That'll be fun. Right, guys?
That'll be weird.
That'll be fun. Ed Brewer, I will never forget you guys. Ever. Okay. And remember the cant. That's right, Bad Bunny. Remember the cant.
Remember the cat.
Our next show will be I think tomorrow for 12 Monkeys. So check us out. I gotta watch 3 episodes. So I need to find some time pocket somewhere. So that'll be it. Everybody, you can say goodnight.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Susan,
Good night,
say goodnight.
everyone.
Oh, sorry, I
Good
interrupted you. Oh, okay. I'm gonna shut up, and I
Ooh.
want you to say that one more time.
Good night, everyone.